What is up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. I got my guy Johnny Olden in the house. What's up, Johnny? How we doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, let's get it, bro. Let's go. And shout out to Asian Pasta in the house. Shout out to the whole community in the house. We got an exciting show today. We got Jaylen Pile. Very excited for this. We were hanging out with him before the show. Great kid, and we were doing the damn thing. So this is the call-in show. For every $100, we will go an extra hour. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships. We do it. We take it. Let's go. But yeah, Johnny. So, what's your thoughts here on the call-in or the meeting Jaylen before we pull him up here, and what do you think the community is going to get here?
Man. Very respectful and very well spoken, Yeah. That was the first thing that came to my mind when just hearing him speak and everything. And so I'll be glad when he's on campus.
Facts, bro. Michigan man. But you know what, dude? Without further ado, let's pull the man of the hour up, Jaylen Pile in the house. What is up, buddy? How we doing?
What's up, Mr. Ronin? How are y'all doing, man?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. So, we were talking before the show, but we didn't want to get too into everything. So, I just want to hit it off the bat. I mean, how does it feel to be committed to the Michigan Wolverines, man?
Oh, man, it's a dream come true. Every day I wake up, feeling blessed and happy that I'm, able to be a part of this, prestigious program, and not just a football program, but a school-wise too. And it's something that I've dreamed for a lot of years now. And I know I'm just really excited to, make my mark at Ann Arbor.
Absolutely, man. And, when you did commit to Michigan, did you feel like your hard work, like, the tough days, early mornings, late nights, long practices, sore muscles, all that, did it feel like it was earned? Like, do you feel like, oh, I made it? Or like, do you just feel, I mean, we know there's more work to be had, right? But did it feel like the work met the reward?
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. There's always like that little joy you got after you do something big. And, this was big for my family. It was a place that, my family thought that was home for me. And they felt comfortable dropping me off for the next 3 to 4 years. And me, like I said before, making my mark on Ann Arbor. But I always had that thought that, okay, that's cool now, but I still got to do the work and prove why I'm a Michigan man and prove why I should be here, not just to the people out there, but to myself. Because, college is only a short part of your career. And, when you want to get to that next level and play in the NFL, you always got to treat yourself like a pro. And, there's always going to be ups and downs. And at that moment in time, it was a very big up. So I'm like, shoot, we got to get back to work. The job's not finished, It's just time. It's time to get to work. And Coach Bell and Coach Moore have been amazing about that and making me feel like I'm a part of the family already. And I haven't even stepped on campus, as a student yet. So it's been amazing.
100%. And Johnny, I'll let you go after this question. So you mentioned your mom and your support staff, and like anyone who's a Michigan Wolverines fan has seen, the work you guys are putting, especially in the social media, but trying to recruit kids. I mean, and shout out to your mom, Kia, so can you kind of tell us about your support staff and how much you appreciate them and what they mean to you on your journey?
Oh, they mean the world to me. Every day, like I said before, I wake up blessed, not just because of the person I am, the person they made me become. And, my mom is very big on Twitter. She's, me and her are always looking for new people to join the team because I want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals and people that, share the same values as me and are amazing football players as well. Like we saw it with Mason and Moose and Brady of the recent commits, Bear, like all those guys I've been in contact with for a while now. And it's kind of cool seeing the fruits of your labor kind of pay off and, talking to all these new people and just making genuine connections with these guys. Cause that's going to be your brothers for the next 3 to 4 years. Like if y'all stick together, like those are going to be your guys. And it's cool to be around people that you want to be around and guys that are going to elevate the team and not bring it down. So they've been amazing. And, just having a family that's been through this football ordeal. Like my dad played Division I football at Virginia Tech. My mom's brother played Division I football, went to the league too. So being in this type of football family just elevates me even more, and me trying to set a path for my little brother too, who's going to probably be on this call show too if y'all keep doing it. So it's just been very, blessing and very humbling to have this support staff because not many people have it. And it's just been amazing every step of the way. And I just can't wait for what else, comes with it.
Bad, bro. Johnny, what do you got for him?
You talked about your pops, your dad, being in the NFL and also balling at Tech. He had about almost 300 tackles as a DB safety. That's a lot of work. So could you talk about the work ethic in him showing you what it takes to not just be good, but what it takes to be really good, the hard work that it takes and the things that you have to do on a daily basis?
Oh yeah, of course. Like my dad, we sat down and talked about it. I don't even know how many times, but he said football takes it out of you. Like you got to truly love the game to play it. It's going to be the long days, the short nights you got. I mean, getting right back up and going to the facility at 6 a.m. after a long practice day, summer workouts, winter workouts, player-led stuff, game time. Like the things like that will take it out of you, and you really just got to love the game. And, luckily for me, I'm in love with the game. I eat, sleep, breathe football, and the work ethic kind of just comes with it. I mean, I've been working out with my dad since I could walk. I mean, first word was ball. Like it's just something that's been instilled into me since I was a very, very young boy. And, I just can't wait to keep, elevating with him because it's my last year, at home with him. So I'm going to try to make the most of it, get as much work with him as possible. We still got to run that one-on-one with me and him. He's been pushing it off a little bit. He still says he got me. I don't know if I can let him slide with that one, but it's just been fun because he's been one of my biggest supporters, and it's amazing having that type of guy in my corner, not just as a coach, but as a dad too.
Absolutely. And let me shoot out a reminder to the chat and the community. If you guys want to ask Jaylen a question, give us a super chat and we will ask the question. I will answer a question from an individual though who did not super chat, but it was a question we had last week. And our guy Jason said, I know it's not super chat, but we're all wondering what division. We know you play private school. Do you know what division is the school in, or how does that work for your school?
So basically, it's like there's different levels and categories of TAPS. There's TAPS D1, D2, D3, D4, so on, and then kind of the independent schools. We play in like the highest classification, So we see a lot of Division I guys. Like Parrish has sent countless people to Division I schools. We had a quarterback last year who led the country, if not the state and the country in passing yards, had 5,000 passing yard leader in DFW. Like we got some ballers, but it's the highest classification of Texas private school football. So D1.
Bad, man, bad. So shout out to Blue Wolverine for the $5 super chases. Hail to the victors. I also want to give a shout out here to Wolverine, formerly in Ohio, gifted 5 memberships to the community. We really appreciate that, Wolverine. Thank you. All right. So my question to you is, let us in on the recruiting process. So before you committed to Michigan, you're in high school and like, obviously you have these dreams, these goals. Now you have these schools reaching out to you. And I know, I've heard from other recruits that it can become hectic and a bit stressful. How was this journey for you? And did you enjoy it or was it stressful?
I enjoyed every moment of it. I always think the days that, get you where there's a lot of coaches, texting you. You always want to respond to all of them pretty quick. But I always think in the back of my head, like there's a kid out there who just wishes they had one of these offers. So what does it look like to me be complaining because I have too much food on my plate? There's people who, wish they had this. And that just kind of keeps me going. It's been amazing, creating all these relationships and bonds with these coaches. Because you never know in this age where they could be at now. Like a coach from, say, Furman can be at like a Oregon in 2 years. So I always try to, keep that in my mind, never big time any of the coaches. Any coaches that came through the school, I would be the first one to say what's up to them, regardless of classification. You could be a D2 school and I'll introduce myself like you were the best college football team in the entire nation. So that's just kind of, what I had to deal with, with that recruiting cycle. And it's just been amazing. Like I said before, people wish they can be in like certain situations, and I'm just blessed because, you can see all the hard work that's come with it, and, seeing the fruits of your labor, like I said before, kind of personify in front of you, and talking to all these coaches, talking to the Michigans, talking to the Oregons, talking to the Arkansas, like all these big time programs and schools that truly have interest in you, kind of just, make everything worthwhile, and you never really get tired of it.
Awesome. You said something that I haven't actually thought about, but it's a great point. And it's like you want to maintain these relationships because you never know if that coach is going to be at your next stop if that happens, right? You don't want to burn that bridge. See, a lot of coaches, they'll maintain relationships with kids, even if they go to commit to other schools because the transfer portal exists, right? But I guess I never looked at it from the other perspective where, well, maybe that coach goes to a different school or, vice versa, and that gives you an open opportunity, or a door that opens for you. Yes, so, all right, so we got a super chat here. So first, shout out to Tom Bouchard. Appreciate you, Tom Bouchard. Thank you for the gifted membership to the community. We got a super chat from Michigander, 499 super chat. Jaylen, I know you're very active on Twitter. What's the number one thing you laugh at the Buckeyes when they say what they say about Michigan? Good question.
Probably all the record predictions. They always try to lowball Michigan, like they didn't lose to them last year. Like it's just funny, watching them try to say like this year will be different. I mean, it wasn't different the last 4 years. Y'all still lost. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all are 0-4. So, I mean, it's just funny. And, back and forth, like they both bring up good points. Every year, both teams are extremely like great, and they always are, postseason contenders. So it's just good laughs and, good back and forth. So me and my family, always laugh at these types of Ohio State and Michigan memes because, it is the game of the year every single year.
All right. Let's ask this question. What is your thoughts on this rivalry now that you are now a part of it and officially, you're one of the soldiers, I guess you could say, in the battle of Michigan versus Ohio State? What is your thoughts on this and how excited are you for that first game?
Oh man, I'm excited. Like I've been counting down the days until I can go to Michigan, and my true freshman year will be going into the shoe. I think that's what it's called. And you can't. I mean, y'all have probably seen the video from last year where they're taking the field from the tunnel, and you could just see a crowd of just red. And it's just you're going to war with your brothers. Yes. And so I'm just really excited. Like I can't wait to be a part of that. Hopefully keep it going 6-0. We got to go 5-0 this year, and my true freshman year, if I'm able to play and start as a freshman and get some good real time reps, I'd love to play in that. Love to be a part of that, and make an impact in that game, regardless if I'm on offense or special teams. Just being able to be a part of that, legendary tradition is, really fulfilling for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, my next question for you is, and the community would be upset with me if I didn't ask. So, I'm sure you've met Bryce Underwood. What is your thoughts on Bryce Underwood? Have you seen him play? What is your thoughts seeing him on the field and his skill set, and how is the hype real, Jaylen?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, when your only pro comp is Cam Newton, I think you're doing something a little bit right. And I was blessed to be able to go watch 2 practices over my spring break, and I mean, he's slinging it. Like and with Chip Lindsey now out there, like that offense really looks like they can do some damage passing. And even him and JD too. So both of them are, having great competition with each other, both pushing each other to be the best quarterback that they can be, dapping each other up after every single throw and just making it friendly competition. But Bryce, man, he's the truth. Every bit of 6'4", 6'5", can run, great vision, beautiful deep ball. Like he's as advertised as I'd like to say. He's very as advertised.
Heck yeah. All right. So then let's ask you about Chip Lindsey. Okay. What is your thoughts on Chip Lindsey? And I know you got to look, check out this offense a little bit. What is your thoughts on this offense, and what do you think we can expect next season?
Oh, I love it. I love the offense. He came to the school, I think, in January this year, and I got to meet him as soon as he kind of got the job. He was making his rounds with all the guys that they've, offered around in Texas. And just being in that meeting room with him, with my family, like you could truly see he wants to change that narrative that Michigan's only a running team. Of course, Michigan's always going to have the O-linemen and the running backs, but he wants to bring back, that receiver glory days, and not just everybody think that Michigan's just a one-dimensional team and they'll only throw it when they have to throw it. Like we can be a pass-first team if we want and still hit you with the run and beat y'all by 40. So just seeing him, and I truly believe like what he wants us to gain and wants us to do now in these next couple years, like I truly buy into that, and I believe like every part of it.
Absolutely. All right. So, Giant, do you have another question for him before we get into his huddle tape and we kind of break down his game a little bit?
Last question. I guess this would lead into that. Watching you play, well, I'm gonna ask you, what type of player would you compare yourself to from current NFL or past NFL or past college or current college? Who would you compare yourself to?
I'd like to compare myself to Amon-Ra, Jamar Chase, those types of guys that can move around the whole offense. Because I mean, that's what Coach Bell said. He sees me playing. He sees me playing slot, outside, can leave me on an island. It's just those types of things. Like, and those are the guys who I watch. And Justin Jefferson, people who can switch throughout, because I feel like those are the smartest players. And that's one thing that I want to be. I want to know every position. I want to know every route, so that if somebody needs help with something, like they could just they can call on me and be one of those dependable guys that's always going to know what to do when the situation gets tough. So those guys that can kind of, move around. I've been able to meet, Amon-Ra when they came to Dallas. So he was real cool to talk to. So he's one of those guys that I look up to. I mean, his film speaks for itself. He's a great route runner, gets separation, and hands are elite. Jamar is going to be able to move inside and out. If you put him on that island, he's going to make any DB's, day really long. And Jay Jett is just for his downfield ability. Like when we pop in the film, you'll see a lot of downfield plays, and, just creating that much separation to where it looks like those guys are off the screen in the video, and I'm just, strolling into the end zone.
You know what's funny, Jaylen, is you said that your game resembles Amon-Ra. And what's funny is when we watched the tape last week, we've not talked. We were connected on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've liked each other's posts, but we've not talked. But we got the same vibe, Amon-Ra. Like it is in your game. So let's get into the huddle tape here. I mean, so I'm gonna for those who haven't seen Jaylen Pile's game, his style of play. I mean, what you have is, in my opinion, Jaylen, I'll let you kind of tell the people, but what I see is an all-around game. I mean, that alone, that catch there, you could see your athleticism. I think either it might be the next play, but your hands, and it is this play, your hands are crazy strong, Jaylen. Like, a lot of kids can't handle that catch, man.
I was turned after that play. That was a fun.
And like you can see, you got a little bit of dot. Like, and I know Johnny loves this.
Yes, make them
Johnny
miss.
was like, we need to wiggle, and you got some wiggle, bro. So
Michigan has been missing the wiggle with receivers for some years.
Yeah, man. So I guess, Jaylen, kind of break down your game a little bit. Like, what is Michigan getting in a wide receiver like you?
You get into every down receiver, an explosive receiver you can move around, and somebody that'll make you want to tune into the games. Like that's my goal. I want to put butts in seats and make the games fun to watch. And just breaking down this film like that, like you see all the deep threats type of stuff. Getting past defenses. And it's really just the route running. Like you'll see right here on the release, like that's something I practice with my trainer more times than I can count. And, these things are just ingrained in my brain, and that's what you're going to get. And Coach Bell sees the exact same thing. Like we'll sit down, and during the season, every Thursday, I would talk with him. We would break down what was good last game, what was bad, what I could work on, what looks really good right now. And, what I want to do for the next game and what he wants to see more of, trying to get on the same page already. So that's kind of what I've been talking about.
Absolutely, man. So, all right. So then let's get into the next question. I was kind of holding off on this early on. What is your thoughts on the ranking services? Obviously share what you're comfortable sharing here, but like, what is your thoughts on the ranking services? Does it motivate you, the ranking, when you see that, or is it something you don't even let phase you? What's your mindset on that?
Obviously you don't want to, look at these types of things, but those things creep into your mind. But I just use it as motivation for me. Cause like, I already know what I am. I know what type of player I can be. And I know what, these people, what Michigan sees in me. And it doesn't really matter what somebody else thinks because I already know what I am. But, you know, a lot of people say I'm very, very underrated. And, you know, I just take these platforms and, you know, with every game in my head, like, oh, they think I'm underrated. I'm going to show them why I'm not. And
yeah. Well, I was going to say,
yeah.
Jaylen.
And like the fruit, I mean, like I said before, the fruits of your labor will always show through hard work. And just seeing this film, like I was blessed to, you know, play with a Division I quarterback and, you know, receivers around me who we all benefited from each other. Like we had 3 1,000-yard receivers, including myself this year. So just being able to be around these types of guys really elevate my game. And that, you know, recruiting always is going to be there. You know, a lot of coaches use that to, you know, pick who they offer. But, you know, that was different with Michigan. They offered me before I was even ranked, recruited that much or anything. I think they were my 12th offer. So there's still some time in there. And they just, you know, believed in me before a lot of these other schools did. And that's, you know, that stayed with me for a while and kind of, you know, forward in my process to committing, you know, earlier than later.
Yeah, it seemed like Michigan locked on to you early. I mean, they don't typically give kids a green light and such early in the process, but man, Ron Bellion was after you for sure. I mean, you know, another wide receiver who was slept on was Amon-Ra, 4th round, right? And how did, you know, I'm sure you've seen he's got the list of the guys drafted before him, and it's just nothing but motivation. So I mean, yeah, I mean, keep doing your thing, bro. Keep grinding. The rankings at the end of the day don't matter. And like, we are Michigan, and we are development over stars here. Like, Mason Graham was a borderline 4-star player. Look at him, you know, 5th overall pick, I believe he was. So, you know, at the end of the day, rankings don't actually mean much. It's what you do on, you know, when there's no camera at the end of the day. So, all right. So let's get a final thought here, Jaylen. What's your, before we take some calls, and Jaylen was nice enough to say he is willing to take some calls with us. So we'll keep the calls short, 3-minute calls. But I will say, you know, what's your final thoughts and what do you want to let Wolverine Nation know? And Johnny, if you have any question after this, you can go for it.
I just want to let them know you're going to get everything out of me. Like I want to be a Michigan man through and through. And that's, you know, what I signed up for. I want to be a part of this brand. I want to be a part of this legacy. And I'm going to make sure y'all got butts and seats for every game. I want to be that explosive playmaker that every time you turn on that TV and be like, oh, there's Jaylen again. I just want to make sure that, you know, every time I'm on that field, you're gonna hear my name a lot, and you know, just inspiring the youth because I mean everybody's gone. You know, every football player is looked up to somebody, and I just want to be somebody that, you know, kids can turn on the TV and look up to, and like I said before, be like, oh my gosh, there's Jaylen Pile right there, and you know, just be one of those guys, and you know, bring back another national championship to Michigan.
Now you talking. You talking.
Johnny.
You preaching now. I like what I'm hearing, bro. From the work ethic, you know, because the most important thing to anybody, for me at least, is do you work? When you're not playing the game, are you at the practice field? Because if you played, you know that's where you really get better. It don't take the coaches to be there. All it takes is some cleats and some cones for you to get better. Am I right?
Oh, of course.
Exactly.
It's the dark that, you know, everybody else sees in the light. And like I said before, I'm going to keep reiterating on like the fruits of your labor type of thing. Like it's all those things that you do in silence and that nobody sees is, you know, makes everything better for when everybody sees and, you know, get shocked at it. Like, oh, when did he do this? Like, how did he get all this good? And that's when you get the oohs and ahs when people actually see you developing. And I like how y'all brought up before, like it's development over stars. And, you know, so that's just another thing that I really loved about the program, like the developmental stuff. And Coach Bellamy is a true developmental coach.
Yeah, I mean, look at Ronnie. So like Ronnie Bell was like a low 3-star, and the kid got to the league. You know, I mean, it's just there's a lot of that. We've had guys who were walk-ons, like the Glasgows. They went to the league. You know, Graham Glasgow's on the Lions right now. But so this actually, I wanted to ask you one more question. What was the moment like when you finally committed? Like, what was that like first minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Was that like the craziest feeling ever? That was because like most people will never experience that.
Yeah. It was amazing. You know, my mom and my dad were right next to me when I did it. You know, it was a little bit hard because my mom started crying. And that's one of my weaknesses. My dad, you know, is extremely proud, and it just felt like a weight off your shoulders. Because now you don't got to worry about getting this next offer. Now you can just play, you know, and having that one school, getting all that time and devoting all that time to now just one school rather than all these other different schools, like it takes a weight off your shoulders and you can just truly perform and not worry about where do I need to go? I got a home already. So now let me just play carefree. And now I got somebody who I can be on the phone with, talk about film, talk about different coverages. Like it was just something that was really cool for me. And, it's going to be a moment that's going to be engraved in my brain like forever.
All right. I actually have more questions, but we have some super chats.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my other question. We'll get to some of these super chats. Thoughts on Sharon Moore and Ron Bellamy, man?
They're amazing. I said before, every Thursday it would be like a little round table, and I would just make my round through all the coaches, even Coach Alfred. I would just go and talk to them for like 10, 15 minutes every Thursday after my practice. And it was just awesome. Because, like you said, not a lot of kids will have the opportunity, talk to those coaches, and these coaches show real interest. So it just meant a lot for them to, take time out of their day and their busy schedule to talk to me and break down things that I could do better and do, that weren't so good in the game, and just setting goals for myself and seeing what they want to see, what Coach Moore wants to see. It's awesome talking to Coach Moore. Like he already gave me a nickname. He called me Big Smile Pile.
Nice.
It's hard not to smile when you're on the phone with the head coach every Thursday, and it's an amazing feeling.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, so then let's get to some of these super chats here. So our guy Tree Dog asks, have you met Brady Smeagol yet?
No, I have not met him, but I've been in contact with him for a while now. Me and him text, our parents text, and I think the first time I'll meet him I think he's on the same official visit as me, and a lot of those
guys. The 20th?
Yeah, the Victor's Weekend.
Victor's Weekend.
So
Fire.
him, Mason, Moose, Bear, I think Brody too. Like we're all on that same official visit. So hopefully at the end of the day we can get some more commits out there, and that'll be my first time meeting Brady.
Heck yeah, man. All right, we got another one from a fan favorite, Blue Wolverine, 49 Super Chat. Have you touched on his opinion of the facilities at Michigan? What are your thoughts on the facilities at Michigan?
Man, I'll bring an air mattress and sleep in there, man. That's got everything you need. The weight rooms, A1, perfect. Strength and conditioning staff is awesome. The indoor, that's one of the biggest indoors I've ever seen. The outdoor fields, it gives you turf and grass, depending on what team y'all are playing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Is the weight room insane when you walk in it?
Oh yeah.
It looks
that big block game. It's hard to miss in that middle of it. And I was lucky enough to last year at the barbecue. We got to do a little bit of a workout in between our training sessions. So there wasn't that many people on the field. We did offense one day out on the field, and then they would switch to put the defense out on the field, and we would go into the weight room and do like a little mobility or a little bit of a strength session with the strength and conditioning people.
All right, we got the bowl will win here, aka B-Dub. Do you run track, Pile? Do you run track at all?
Last year I did. This year I was more focused on getting back in the lab with Coach Hooks, doing speed and other stuff kind of out of house. Seeing like those true speed and agility kind of gurus out there in Dallas, and just kind of working with them and working with my dad. So. And just getting that form and technique down, because that's the biggest thing about when you run. Like if you have good form, your feet will catch up with your arms. So it's not good to practice, like that bad form. And I've been able to get in the lab and, work on that, get faster, bigger, and stronger all at the same time.
That. All right. We got a 999 super sticker here. Thank you, Blue Wolverines. Appreciate the support. We are 43 away from a second hour. Appreciate everyone's contributions. Interesting that our first caller is actually a Buckeye, Jaylen. So we'll see how this goes. Although I will say this Buckeye, by the way, is he's in the network. He hosts the Ohio State channel for the Voice of College Football.
Okay.
We are friends with Garrison. We'll see how this goes. Garrison, how we doing, buddy?
No, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, sir.
No, Jaylen, man. First of all, good to see you here, man. Question for you: where are you preparing for this upcoming season?
Accomplishing everything that I didn't last year. We came in second place at state, left a bad taste in my mouth. So just getting back there and finally capitalizing and putting that, not just a period, but an exclamation point on my senior year. Obviously getting more yards, more receptions, more touchdowns, just elevating everything in my game so I can feel more college ready by the time I get to that, to the university. So I have a better chance of playing.
So in your highlight film earlier, I was watching the guys when you were already talking to them early, and I saw you go up for a few of those balls. I was like, oh no, this kid, like, you have really good length. You're really good at targeting the ball. Is that something that you've always been naturally gifted at, or is that something that you've had to work on?
I work on every aspect of my game, not every, obviously you can't really work on getting taller or arms being longer, but, just like that jump ball aspect of it, Vertimax training, box jumps, explosive, reactive things, plyometrics, just things of that nature, obviously helped me develop my game into, where I could go over 6'3" DB and, kind of put it on his head or have those strong hands and just everything I work with.
And then my last question for you, man, is what is it that you like about Ann Arbor? Like what are you able to do around the area and the city, and what do you like about the program?
So first on the city, it's a very college town. Like there's everybody is a Michigan Wolverines fan, and that was big for me. The culture is it's awesome there. The city's beautiful. It's only 20 minutes from Detroit, so if I ever have a free weekend or a Sunday, I can go watch a Lions game. One of the guys my dad trains, Kirby Joseph, is on the line, so he's like a big brother to me. Loves my family, and he's one of those guys that, if my parents need somebody to check on me, he's one of those guys that'll do it in a heartbeat. And being able to have that relationship with him is just amazing. And luckily he got extended, so I'll have at least 3 more years up there with him. And the city's beautiful. There's a lot of things to do, a golf course right by the facility. So the possibilities are really endless right there.
Let me ask you about Kirby Joseph, man, because I'm a big Lions. Lions are my team. So what's your thoughts on Kirby, man? What's awesome.
He like? Yeah. I could sit here and talk about Kirby for an hour, man. He's awesome. Even when he's trained, I've trained with him a couple times. Like he's like a quote machine. He's a funny guy. Yeah. Like he makes workouts fun, and you could tell he plays that way too. On the field, it just looks like he's having fun. Everything's just so effortless, and just seeing him perform at the highest level, leading the NFL in picks is not something very easy. A lot of people can do, and just seeing him work and seeing it come through and personify as a lion on the big screen, it's amazing. And every week we're gonna be parked in front of a TV every week watching Kirby. And, praying that he gets another pick. And, a lot of our prayers were answered this year. And he's just an all-around guy. He's a great person to my family. Every time my little brother posts something on Instagram, he's the first one reposting, commenting. Like, he's an all-around guy. And he's just somebody that I can look up to and somebody that I truly view as, like, a big brother to me.
And he's another one that was slept on, too. I think he was drafted in the 3rd round, right?
Yep, 3rd round out of Illinois.
See, Brad Holmes, Michigan, they find them gems, man.
Yeah.
Garrison, you're good, Jim. Garrison, final question. What do you got for him? You're scared.
Do you have a message for any of us Buckeye fans?
Shoot, just be ready. I mean, it's gonna be a hard fought battle, but I'm gonna take my guys over y'all every day of the week, twice on Sundays, man. So it's something that I want to be a part of, and I just can't wait to be playing in that game, because there's going to be NFL players on that field. 95% of them are going to be 1st or 2nd rounders, and it's just an amazing brotherhood to be a part of, and an amazing type of culture to be with. And like I said before, it's a game that everybody circles on their calendar, regardless of whatever fan you are. You could be an Alabama fan, but you'll still tune in to watch the game every year. So it's just something that is amazing, and I just can't wait to be a part of it next year.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Johnny, TJ, I'll see you later. Jaylen, good talking to you, May. Hope and pray nothing but blessing and prosperity on you, young man, all right?
I appreciate that, Garrison. Thank you.
Of course.
Peace out, Garrison. Good man, Garrison. Some of the community gets upset when we bring Garrison on because he's a Buckeye, but he's a good man. He's a good man.
A good Buckeye.
Right.
Yeah, just a good
All right,
Buckeye.
so I want to share with the community your social media account. Give our friend Jaylen a follow, guys. One of us, part of the family. Let's give him a follow. Let's build up a social media account. Jaylen or Johnny, any final thoughts before we get out of here with Jaylen?
Nothing really. Just good luck to him, and keep getting better, keep grinding. That's what it's all about. And you building that brotherhood with the other recruits coming in with you. Make that bond and come to Michigan to accomplish a goal. That's what it's about.
Yes, sir.
The same way JJ and Donovan and those boys came in 2020, 2021, and they made a bond, and the goal was we're gonna beat all the states, and we're gonna win the Big Ten, and we're gonna win the championship.
That's the only goal. I mean, I'm coming in there focused as one team and one goal every year, and anything other than that we don't want. So I just want to be able to bring back another national championship and have my last name stamped in that history book for the rest of the time.
Exactly.
All right, Jaylen, I want to say thank you for calling in and giving us your time, bro. It means a lot to us in the community. And you know what, Jaylen, I'm going to extend an invitation. You are welcome to come on here whenever you want. You want to promote anything? Let us know. You got a charity? You let us know. You got you're doing a signing, or you let us know. We got you, man. So this is a home for you whenever you want to come on here. So appreciate you, Jaylen. Keep grinding, bro, and I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Oh, of course.
Appreciate it, Jaylen.
Yes, sir.
Hey, go blue, brother.
Oh, go blue.
Go blue.
Heck yeah, man. Very cool, very cool. So Jaylen Pile in the house, joining us today. Man.
That's a good young man right there with a good head on his shoulders. His moms and pops, and they doing a good job, man.
Yeah, exactly. He's on the right path, man. Yeah, I agree. I'm actually surprised though. I'm surprised at the lack of callers by our community here. I think people got a little nervous trying to talk to Jaylen, but all good. As everyone knows, this is the call-in show. We are 43 away from a second hour. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships. We appreciate it. But yeah, man, Jaylen's the man, dude. Like I'm very excited. I was very happy to have him on, and he did not let me down at all. I would say possibly the best interview we may have had on here. We've had a few too. We had we had Andrew Marsh on here. We had who else did we have? We've had like 4 or 5 kids on here. Oh, we had Bear on here. Bear McMurder was on here. I'm trying to get Brady Smeagol on here. Maybe Jaylen can hook me up with his number or something, but we'll figure it out. But all right, guys, this is the call-in show. The link is in the chat if you guys want to call in. I know there were some people who wanted to call earlier, but until they call in, Johnny, what's your thoughts on this college football video game,
man? I was on it last year a little bit.
Yeah,
man, I don't know. It felt like it was missing something last year. I don't know if it was the trophy room, some of the mass substitutions you couldn't do for a long time.
Yeah,
it was missing something to me. Some of this, I don't know. So hopefully they fixed it.
The biggest hurdle for me was I thought the recruiting portion of the game was a bit too.
Bro, I couldn't figure it out. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, so the only way to make it really work is if you have like a high procedures program, because then you get more available time to recruit. If you're at a small program, like I started at Arkansas State, it's like impossible, bro. It's not impossible, but it is very hard to get good kids.
I started at Michigan, won like 4 or 5 straight, and couldn't get some of my classes, bro. I was getting like 6 people and stuff. Like I could not get dudes to come. Even though I was winning championship after championship, then I left and I think I went to like Akron or some small school or something, and still couldn't recruit.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna get it, but I know
I'm gonna get it.
I know Maze Madman and them are trying to do like a league. I don't know if I can commit to it though.
I was winning off of execution because that's what the game is about. It's all about execution. My recruiting was horrible, bro, on that game. Like, I didn't know what was going on. The portal, I'm getting a few guys, but
what they should have did is get more of a tutorial on it. So the only way I learned how to do it was I watched YouTube videos of these like kids who like figured it out, mastered it already. Oh, that's so funny. So Garrison says he has a question for us, but I want to give a shout out here first to Moose for the 499 super chat. Let's see. Anyway, if y'all can hear my dog, I apologize. It's going crazy right now. All right, so so Mr. Brightside's being played between the 3rd and 4th. I know that's crazy, bro. And they have coaches now. Like that was one of my pet peeves last year. Was there was no like head coaches or anything. Now they got coaches. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I'll say this though. I was really into the game for like a month, and then I'll be real. I got a little burnt out on it. Like it got a little repetitive for me.
It did.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Beatup, like he's like I forgot he was like going crazy on this game. He goes, Johnny, I got 18 5. That's insane. 18 5-stars, bro. I think most I ever got was like 11 or 12.
Were you playing against other people, or were you on your own?
No, I was not playing. No, I was just doing my own thing. I don't know if Beatup was playing against other people either.
Your own dynasty. That's what I like to do, my own offline dynasty.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do here is, all right, Timothy, you'll be next, but Garrison's like itching to ask us a question. So let's get this out of the way and see how this goes. All right, Garrison, what do you want, bro?
What you want, Garrison? Leave us alone, man.
No. You see, you brought me up way earlier. I was waiting for the interview to be over, and then you guys called me off guard. So I said, "Well, all right, I guess I asked the kid some questions." By the way, high character man.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like those are the type of young men that you want in your program at all times. So yeah, really cool. Really appreciate you guys letting me ask questions though.
Yeah.
So the times for the games come out. We don't really have to talk about my programs because we played Grambling at 3:30. That's our day to get back to the community. And then the next week, the biggest in-state rivalry in football, Ohio University versus Ohio State at 7:00. So
prime time.
Whoop-de-doo. But you guys will be in Norman at night.
7:30, you know.
Does that change anything for you in the way you think?
That's what we expected.
Yeah, I expected a night game, man.
Big time game, big time programs. We play at night, baby.
I'm excited.
What?
I'm sick. I'm not even mad at you. I'm sick.
Yeah. All right, let me just say this though. Do you not think it's a little wild? Your fan base is like trying to force a night game. Even like we have the Big Ten, we have the big noon kickoff. Like we're stuck with it, man. Like we all got to deal with it.
A lot of Buckeye fans are wrongly, and Mike and I talked about this, and Ryan and I did today also. I mean, a lot of Ohio State fans are wrongly getting mad at Texas. No, that's on FS1 but like shame on FS1 for trying to push the blame onto Texas. This could have been solved a long time ago if you want the game to be at night, and no one's going to change their times. You're talking about donors, you're talking about season ticket holders, you're talking about people that already got their flights booked, got their Airbnbs booked. Think about all the surrounding businesses that are involved in this already, all the other networks trying to get there in terms of city, state networks. Like, there's too much invested for you to now say, oh, well, we tried. No. FS1, if you want this game to be at night, you could have made it at night. If you want it to be at 3:30, you could have made it at 3:30. Instead, what you did was that you chose this game and you put it at noon. And then, I mean, it sucks because you get Oregon at Penn State at night, which is going to be a cool watch, you know. You guys at Oklahoma, that's going to be a really dope watch. But then you got, I mean, Ohio State now has to pray and hope we get UCLA at night.
Y'all get Washington, right?
That's away.
Oh, okay. So y'all want the home night game.
Mm-hmm. But no, but I think it's really cool. You guys get to go to Oklahoma at night. It's a cool venue. I do wonder how. I mean, I think a lot of you guys are pushing away from the fact that he is a true freshman going into a hostile environment.
I mean, I've brought it up a lot. I mean, I think it's something we should be aware of. I know Kinetic's brought it up a lot too. People get angry at Kinetic though, but yeah, man. I mean, I think it's not nothing. You know, like it's not. You know, it's gonna be his first big game in a foreign environment that is one of the top 15 hardest places to play, probably. So,
facts. And I mean, it's a worry, but you know, when you're coming from having Davis Warren and Orgy, it's a little bit different. And now that we're not expecting him to win it for us, but we may need him to. You never know how the game shakes out, but you know, a lot of us are just happy we got a dude that's mobile and actually can complete a pass. Well, we think he can. We think
right. You know what, Garrison? Our head coach will be there though, so I'm not too worried about it.
That's crazy. But all right, guys, I'll let you guys go ahead. You guys haven't got that second hour yet, so I'll let you talk to everybody else.
Yeah,
have a good night, guys.
Hey, shut up, Garrison. We'll talk, buddy.
OH.
And oh.
You gotta start cutting them off. We gotta start cutting them off. He go in with it. You gotta start as soon as he's like, all right, I'll see you guys. Then we just gotta remove him.
All right, see you. Yeah,
Before we get it off.
Here's waiting patiently. Timothy, how we doing, buddy?
Good. Your boy was at the Tigers game yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw you at the Tigers game. You posted that short.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we got the W yesterday, bro.
Yeah, I went. So how the school that I go to, I'm part of the student council committee, and they gave us some free tickets for working so hard in school all year long.
Nice.
So they felt like that we deserved to be at a game in person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I mean, so how was it though? Did you have a lot of fun?
Yeah. Oh, we did not like that shady call where they took away one of the outs. They challenged one of the outs.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a successful, but my thing, when they did that, they challenged that out two or three plays after. I know in football and in basketball, if you wanted to challenge a play, you have to challenge it before the next play starts. But once the next play starts, you can't challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on? I know it's a Michigan podcast. What's your thoughts on the Tigers being number one in baseball, Timothy?
They doing good.
Yeah, they are doing good. They're doing good. So, all right, man. What's your thoughts on Michigan? Man?
What's your thoughts on the Oregon fans? Because I do know that they wanted to go. They wanted they wanted to be they wanted to beat our rivals at 12 o'clock, but now they have to find a way to beat them during a whiteout game, and beating Penn State during a whiteout game, that's not easy. The last time we played them in a whiteout, we barely beat them. And that was 21, and K. McNamara was the quarterback.
Well,
I don't think that they got the defense to do, or the offense to do that, because they losing but they are losing but okay, even though that he didn't win the Heisman, but they are losing a Heisman finalist type of player though.
Yeah, well, I think Oregon's feeling cocky. I was gonna say I think Oregon's feeling cocky because they won the Big Ten, so they feel like they belong. Like they feel like they're atop the mountain, even though they got humbled in the playoff. I mean, Johnny, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they feeling kind of good. You got Dante Moore, who still hasn't proved much, but he's in that offense. He's in Oregon's offense, which is a super quarterback friendly offense. So they probably still feeling good, like they gonna be able to, go into Happy Valley and still win.
But Penn State, they fan base, they probably about. We know what he did at UCLA. He was trash. That's probably what they did.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. All right, Tim, give us your final thoughts here, but we got some more callers.
So so now since it's gonna be a nighttime game, but do you think that favors the Oregon to lose their first tough opponent? It favors them more to go home with a loss.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't help, right? I mean it's only gonna make it harder to get the victory.
And
I
that's a
think
big time
And
thing.
this is the type of matchups, but they've been wanting for the past 3 seasons, but they couldn't get it because they had to deal with their two rivals at 12 o'clock. And this year they finally get a top 10 opponent, doing their wideout. A Stellar, a team that barely made the AP poll, or
I'll
or,
say
or, or,
I'll say
just, or just outside the AP poll.
I think Oregon wins the game though, because James Franklin chokes these games, man. Like James Franklin just cannot win the big game until he proves otherwise. I can't count on James Franklin to get these W's. But all right, Timothy, we gotta get to our next callers, man. But appreciate you,
Okay,
man.
okay. He lose to Oregon in a wideout. That tells me that the playoff wins might be a fluke.
Well, he had an easy playoff. He had an easy playoff
The
match.
Boise State game.
But like
Oh yeah,
with that though, he's got more talent than Boise State, so like he can win those
Yeah.
games. It's
yeah,
when he
talent.
has either equal or better talent going against him, he can't win those games. A lot of people thought Jim Harbaugh couldn't win those games either until he started winning those games. So, but all right, Timothy, we gotta get to our next caller. But go blue, my friend. All right,
All right.
go blue, Timothy. Have a good night, buddy. Hey
I
T,
think
you said your device is not connected. I know you had a question, so if you can get your device connected, we'll pull you up here. We can talk about it. In the meantime, yeah, just reconnect and we'll get you up here. In the meantime, just a heads up on where we are. We are 38 away from a second hour. We are 8 minutes away from the end of the show. We have two callers that we will knock out here. Yes, it's interesting. I see people say like, how much is left, how much is remaining. Are people unable to see the banner at the bottom? The banner at the bottom does keep the counts on where we are with the second hour. So just be on the lookout for that. But all right, Johnny. All right, here's T's back. T, how we doing? I know you've been waiting patiently to give your take on Ron Bellamy. Let's hear it, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
All right, cool. First off, appreciate y'all having me. Long time listener. I've been here for a while, actually, since the last two guys, Dre and Desmond.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, so been a big fan for a while. And yeah, just had some thoughts on Ron Bellamy. I don't think he's. I guess I'm not trying to really convince anybody. If you think he has an F grade, it's nothing I'm gonna say that's gonna convince you otherwise. But I want to just get some context to some of the things that I think makes him a good coach.
Okay.
So I think for starters, just looking at the history, his history is tenure at Michigan. 2021, he's the safeties coach, and I think we celebrate like Rod Moore's development in that year. And if he's the safeties coach, he's kind of laying that foundation for what Rod Moore became. And so I think just from a pure X and O's like coaching prowess standpoint, I do think he's actually a decent coach. I think
I thought
being
he
able
did
to
really good at when he was safeties coach. Honestly, I did.
that's what I'm saying. So I think just in general as a coach, I don't think he's a bad coach from like a motivational X and O standpoint. I really don't. And then when I look at his tenure as wide receivers coach, for starters, like he came into wide receivers coach because Josh Gaddis left. So he didn't even necessarily have time to build a recruiting class. And what he had to work with was Cornelius Johnson, Ronnie Bell, who was coming off an ACL tear, and Roman Wilson, who I believe was going into his third year. And I like honestly, like if Ronnie Bell wasn't on that team, I don't think JJ has a good season at all. I think I can remember like several third downs where Ronnie Bell kind of bailed out JJ. And so to like get a guy coming off an ACL, keep him motivated, get him back confident, being able to contribute at that level. Ronnie Bell had nearly 900 yards in the type of offense we run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like, and then also he was the passing game coordinator. So it's like when you look at like Loveland's development towards the end of the year and how we were able to pass the ball towards the end of the year, I do think he deserves some credit for that development. I like he was the coach of those positions. And then even in 2023, I think Roman Wilson saved our season against Alabama. I think Roman Wilson was a solid number one receiver.
That was
Roman Wilson had like 13 touchdowns as a 6 foot, pretty much slot receiver who was playing on the outside.
All right,
And I
let
think
me.
he had to
Well,
be
let me
coached up. I think just my last point is like Cornelius Johnson also caught several, especially in that Ohio State game. He caught several third down passes that kept that last drive that bled the clock out. Like when you're not asked to make catches throughout the game and to make clutch catches when it matters, that's coaching. So like, I think with the offense we run, I almost think it's disingenuous to expect us to have two 1,000-yard receivers in an offense that may not pass the ball more than 15 times a game, even with a 5-star quarterback.
All right, so I don't think the expectation is two 1,000-yard wide receivers, but the expectation should be more than. And look, we have a new offense now, so this is why Ron Bellamy, in my opinion, gets a clean slate here because we have a quarterback who can get the wide receivers the ball. We have a new offensive coordinator who likes to push the ball through the air, but also maintain our running identity. So, like, all right, let me ask you this, T. Would you not agree that the wide receivers underperformed last season?
Given our quarterback play and offensive coordinator, I can't in good faith give you a solid answer. Like that's not even like what we like. Come on, you saw our offense last year. You saw our quarterbacks. You saw the OC we had. What was the receiver like? And then you also saw that our receivers were getting open and the ball was not being delivered. How can we blame the coach on that?
That's true.
I've been on a journey of this, thinking about this, and because depending on what we're mad about, we blame the receivers, or we'll blame Kirk Campbell, or we'll blame the quarterback, when really the whole passing game as a whole was just bad. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it was the receivers dropping it when he did actually throw it and it was accurate. Then other times the play calling was like, bro, like, what are you looking at, Kirk Campbell? So, and then the quarterbacks, we all know, whether it was Orgy or Davis Warren just throwing it up, it was all of it. And not only that, the offensive line couldn't pass block for most of the year. So the whole passing game as a whole, you can pick.
It was a mess.
Pick any group, in the coaches, and all of them get a blame.
We unlocked the second hour. Thanks to the community really coming through. You guys, look, at the end of the day, you guys make it happen. I mean, I see. Look, we're down to the last 12 minutes of the show. I mean, we're down to the last 3 right now, but it means a lot to us that you guys want to see us keep going, and I see the effort, obviously, and everyone counting down the ticker. So it means a lot. I just want to shout out to you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you. We're going to second hour. We got more callers. We're going to do the damn thing. I will say I wish more people called in a little earlier when Jaylen was here, but I understand also maybe people just didn't want to come on here. But we'll have him on again. I'll tell you that right now. He's great, and I'm hoping to get his mom on at some point in the future. She's also really nice. So all right, let me I'll update the ticker here, but we definitely have a second hour. T, let me just say this though. Prior to even last year, the year prior when we had JJ, do you think the wide receiver production, who would you say has benefited from Ron Bellamy at the wide receiver position?
Well, I think Ronnie Bell and Roman Wilson definitely developed under Ron Bellamy. Who were our number ones for those 2 seasons.
Bell was under Ron Bellamy.
For 2022, he was.
Okay. I'd have to look, but you might be maybe. Damn. You know what's funny? Shout out. All right, so let me give some love to these super chats right here. So we got Tom Bashar for the gifted membership. Appreciate you. We got Blue Wolverine $9.99 super chat. Good show tonight, gentlemen. Thank you. Blue Wolverine, thank you, because you really came through at the end here. And thank you everybody who contributed. Blue Wolverine $9.99. Let me hold that chain, Johnny. Johnny, you want to hold your chain, bro?
Nah. I know, my brother, you got to get your own.
All right, we got $18 super chat defending the natty. Finally, a reasonable Garrison. Garrison's a good guy, guys. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think a lot of people would like Garrison. I know he's a Buckeye, so it might rub people the wrong way a little bit, but he's actually a good dude, bro. We may disagree, but that's okay. It's okay to disagree with people. We got, especially because, and we know he has terrible taste. He's a Buckeye. But all right, we got Jackson Johnson, $8 super chat for the win. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you.
Jackson Johnson, the college football encyclopedia.
College football encyclopedia. There's no doubt about it. Kid knows everything for no reason, but he knows it. He knows it. Actually, there is a reason. He loves college football. But All right. So, all right. To this Ron Bellamy thing, and then we're going to get to our next call. We got Keith Weaver, and we actually have Jackson Johnson coming on the show here in a bit. All right. All right. On a scale, or give me a letter grade. All right. How about this to you? Let's just ask. And then here's another thing too, bro. I want you to, you're, by the way, open door, call in whenever you want. Long time listener. Don't be a first time caller ever again. Obviously, you'll be a second time caller, but call in more frequently. But give me a letter grade on Ron Bellamy. But also during the season, if the wide receivers show out, call in, bro, and talk your shit, because you are one of the few who are a Ron Bellamy truther. So let me ask you this: what is your letter grade for Ron Bellamy? What is your thoughts of him overall?
I would say B minus.
Okay, all right. I was thinking you'd go higher than that. So I mean, it's fairly reasonable. I mean, so essentially, your premise is, because of the supporting cast, such as the wide receiver position, the offensive coordinator, the offensive system we ran previously, this has hindered Ron Bellamy to I see my co-host disagrees with you. But all right, this has hindered him in his ability to actually reach his potentials, which you're essentially saying.
Not just that, I also think in Harbaugh's offense, and you can look at what they did with the Chargers, what they did with the 49ers.
You're
Like,
right.
Justin Herbert's one of the most talented quarterbacks ever, and was
Yeah,
a
you're
game
right.
manager this year.
I agree.
Like, given the offense that Harbaugh likes to run,
Yeah, you
you
don't throw
ask
the
your
ball.
receivers to do two very specific things: block well, be a willing and capable blocker, and make possession catches and move the chains. Keep ball
Yeah, you're right.
control,
You're
keep
right.
possession.
I
That is
agree.
what we excelled at the past 2 years. When it mattered the most in the biggest games, I remember multiple times Cornelius Johnson making possession catches on the sideline. I remember Roman Wilson doing the same. I remember Roman Wilson saving the Rose Bowl. Like, we aren't featuring these guys in the offense. You get 5 opportunities a game and you're executing when it matters the most. That is what I need my wide receiver coach to actually maintain. Expecting him to be an Ohio State level that's not realistic given who our primary coach, our head coach was. And then one thing I want to touch on, this is my last point. I mentioned something about the pipeline he has here with Metro Detroit. I think one thing we
Yeah.
don't ever really consider, back in the 2010s when we had Brady Hoke, the reason why we were getting our ass whooped by D'Antonio was all the kids who weren't getting into Michigan, going to Michigan, were going to state and whooping our ass. When you look
Facts.
at this renaissance period of that we've had with Michigan, a lot of the Metro Detroit culture swag has really, when you look at the turnover buffs, look at the players like Will Johnson, when you look at the leaders that came in 2021, Aiden Hutchinson, Josh Ross, you need that organic hatred of Ohio State to get to the heights we reached. That doesn't happen with, like, you need that culture. And when you look at the amount of talent getting to the NFL from the state of Michigan, from the Metro Detroit area, we need somebody who can make inroads in this area. We were not doing that under Brady Hoke. Like Harbaugh kind of resurrected it, but these kids did not grow up with Michigan being a cool winning program. Like the kids that came in 2021 were here, they were kids in 2016, 2017 when Michigan was cool. I remember, I'm 25. I remember 15 years ago, 10 years ago, Michigan was not a cool program. It was the bougie program that's lost in
Right.
its ego.
Yeah.
So that had to be repaired under Harbaugh. That's why we didn't even get to that level until 2021.
Yeah. I
That
mean,
matters. And Ron Bellamy right now is the only coach we have that is gonna be able to maintain that. And the talent that's coming it's for real. Like when you look at the NFL players that are people from Michigan going into the NFL, that's legit talent that we need to actually put a fence around.
yeah, Detroit is actually one of the most productive areas for NFL talent. I saw a chart where they were like number 1 or something in terms of the
Yeah,
most
the
kids
Super
in an
Bowl
area.
winners.
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem too is, what hurts Michigan is the academic standard, where you can't get some of these kids like Sauce Gardner, I'm sorry, shit, homie on the Jets. Why can't I remember his name? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I want to say, I almost want to say Chauncey Gardner John, not him, Sauce. But anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, there's a lot of kids from the area that they were going to state. They were going to state, and state was also capitalizing on Ohio during that run. But like the thing that's funny is when state's good, Michigan usually is not, and when Michigan's good, state is not. It's kind of funny to watch that go. And they're not, and state's not going to be good for a while. They're garbage. All right, T. Final thoughts here, buddy. What's your final thoughts besides Ron Bellamy is Should get a raise.
No, I don't think any of that. Like he has something to prove. But my final thoughts is, I think for this season, I think it could be maybe 2022 plus. That is kind of my projection. I think Bryce is at that level. Like, I think he can reach where JJ was at that year. I don't think JJ was necessarily impressive. He was very good, and he peaked at the end. But I think the defense could definitely be better than 2022's. Outside of Mike Sanders still, and like I think Will was a freshman, Will Johnson. So I don't know, man. I think this is gonna be it's a lot more parity. So I don't know if we're gonna be 12-0, and the schedule is harder than that year, but I can definitely see 11-1. 11-1 is very possible to me. Like given the schedule we got, I think the only toss up is some combination of Nebraska, Oklahoma, or what's that school? USC. And I think USC is probably the team we would lose to.
Okay. We'll see. Right now I'm at 9-3. We'll see though. We'll see. And the only reason I'm at 9-3 is the right tackles or the left tackle's a concern, kind of, and wide receiver. I don't know if we did enough, but we'll see. But all right, T, appreciate you, man. Don't be a stranger. Look forward to hearing from you. Go Blue, my friend.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Yep. Hey, he was waiting patiently, man. So give him a shout out, because I told him, I literally on Tuesday I said call into the call-in show Thursday, and he did, man. So shout out to him. I appreciate that. All right, we'll pull up our next guy here. We got Keith Rebar in the house. Rebar, what up, man?
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, how you doing?
Good. What was his name? The kid that was on earlier?
Jaylen Pile.
Jaylen Pile. He's really well spoken. He should keep the academic reputation of Michigan up pretty good.
You know, every single kid we have had on here has been that. One who was really impressive also, but he's unfortunately went to Nebraska, was the quarterback. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? My memory must be garbage or something. I can't remember anything. Shit, I wanted him. Out of the state of Illinois. I can't remember.
Bear was entertaining, but Bear was really fun to listen to.
Yeah, Bear was great. But he's an offensive lineman, you know. He's meat and potatoes guy. But yeah, Trey Taylor, Jackson Johnson. This kid knows that. I swear.
Okay.
Jackson Johnson. Jackson Johnson knows everything about everything.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jackson.
Yeah. I wanted to say D'Antonio wasn't out recruiting us, because they were still getting 3 stars back then, but they did what Harbaugh, Minter, McDonald did, is they established a culture there where the trenches were going to win the game or lose the game for you, and even got Urban Meyer's attention. Urban Meyer said to his defensive coordinator, whatever Ohio State's doing, you do. Because D'Antonio built a culture down there that could beat a soft Michigan team. We were kind of soft in those days.
Yeah, we had a lot of issues, but you know, T was right. Michigan had an ego problem, bro. But they humbled themselves. Jim Harbaugh got the train on the tracks. They figured it out. But sometimes the school and administration gets like that. We see it from time to time peek its head. You know, the NIL thing was another one where they thought they were too good and they didn't need to pursue the NIL. They thought that just because they were Michigan, they would. You know, sometimes they get like that, but whatever. We appear to be on the trains on the track. I know the recruiting isn't full steam ahead just yet, but it's going to definitely pick up. I do want to Michigan, or me and him always go at it with this topic, but he goes, "You're really low on left tackle and wide receiver room as a whole." Yes, I am, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people feel that way in Michigan. I'm just going to let you know. I know you don't agree with that, which is good, and I know you want to trust Stromore, but you know, what did trust in Stromore with the right tackle situation last year give us? That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm a little bit more critical, but it's all love, all love. All right, Keith, what else you got for us, buddy?
We gotta talk about Yaxel.
Let's do it.
Michigan is, I think, now in the top 3 and one of the favorites for the national title. It's unbelievable, the players that Dust has brought in.
Yeah, I mean, the team. Yeah, I mean, Michigan. Like, so, and I said this in the video when Yaxel Lindenborg fully announced being a part of Michigan. Michigan basketball is must-see TV. Like we have got to, like I'm telling you, there's got to be. I know a lot of people just love the football team, but guys, Dusty May has a really good program. He runs a really good system. It is fun. They play good defense. They play the right brand of basketball, and he is building something. I'm telling you, like there's going to be a national title at Ann Arbor. If it's not this year, it's coming. I'm telling you, like he is building something special. So, and get on the train now and enjoy the ride because the team is stacked. And like the thing too that Michigan's doing that I really like is they're bringing in kids with eligibility. Like Morez Johnson is going to be a sophomore next year, one of the best up and coming big men in basketball, in college basketball, but the Big Ten. I'm excited. I plan on watching as much as I possibly can next year, as long as the games aren't on when we have shows.
Yep, and we'll get a couple steps above the Sweet 16 this year, but they gotta love what Dust is doing in the Michigan basketball program with Yaxel and Bryce Underwood. Michigan is gonna really accelerate, I think.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it amazing like that Michigan got the number one player in the recruiting class for football, and then they got the number one portal transfer in basketball. Like that's just goes to show you that Michigan can get whoever they want. They really could. It's just there's a balance too. I wish they were that aggressive all the time, but I understand why you can be.
Yeah. And so that's what I got for you tonight. I'm really looking forward to the football and basketball season, and as always, go blue.
Go blue, Keith, man, and good hearing from you, buddy. All right, now we got
my bad. Well, we got to get a championship in basketball. We should have had one when we lost to Louisville, and the refs were acting real funny that year. Well, in that game.
Yeah.
And then Villanova, where DiVincenzo went stupid on us.
Say, bro. I mean, he
went crazy. I'm like, bro, who is this?
I know he was like their sixth man too.
He hit like 8 threes or something.
Yeah, he was on. It was his night, bro. It was just sometimes there's nothing you can do when that happens, you know. But all right, let's bring up the encyclopedia himself, Jackson Johnson. What's up, Jackson? How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Just getting ready for a nice future. How you doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing all right. How you doing?
What's your future, Jackson?
Just waiting it out for the 2025 season to start. We're just waiting it out.
Just waiting it out. That's the way, Jackson. That's
there
the true guy. Just waiting it out. Just counting the minutes down, huh?
There we go. They'll probably get ready to go swimming over the weekend.
All right, there you go. I like it. All right, so you've seen some of the schedules coming out. What's your thoughts on Michigan's schedule, the times, and all that? What's your thoughts, Jackson?
I like that Michigan, Nebraska is on CBS. I think that's pretty cool. And it makes me think about whether we'll see Illinois, Indiana be on big noon kickoff, or if we're going to see them on NBC. Like, that makes me kind of wonder about that.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone else is wondering about that, Jackson, but I'm happy that you are the one wondering. Someone's got to do it. But
well, yeah, especially when we got our guys at Indiana at the Voice College Football and Illinois at the Voice College Football. They're making magic over on those channels.
Yeah, they are, bro. The Indiana channel is doing real well.
Oh yeah, they're getting close to monetization. They're gonna get to 500. They're gonna get to 1,000 before we know it.
Yep.
Before I make my next point, Johnny, your Instagram account is Lucky Lucinio 134. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just put it in the chat a little while ago. But I was also looking at the Week 2 slate. Now, Michigan, Oklahoma, that'll be the only time we see Michigan on an ESPN product. So that is going to be interesting to see Michigan, Oklahoma. but I noticed that Oklahoma State, Oregon's on CBS. And my buddy Austin was having a little venting session about the CBS slate for the first 4 weeks for the Big Ten. But I tell him, as always, when there's a sloppy slate in all of college football, upsets usually come.
It's still weird to see Big Ten teams, Big Ten games on CBS. It's still weird to me.
I actually kind of like it. I just wish there was more of like a national level where it's like everyone in college football is on a different network, where you see like a Texas, Oklahoma on a CBS, or
Exactly.
yeah, or like BYU, Utah on like TNT. Because I mean, we're gonna be seeing TNT have Big 12 games for like it's gonna be kind of like the ACC with CW.
Wait, TNT's got games this year?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, they got like Texas Tech playing a crappy game on TNT.
That's crazy. I'll say this: I think TNT's done a good job with obviously basketball. They're the best at it, but then hockey too. Like they've done a great job with hockey. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle college football.
They do a good broadcast. It's not like Peacock.
Well, unfortunately, David Zaslav has done a terrible job with Warner Brothers. He's just taking it straight to the toilet.
You know what's crazy about Peacock is they're terrible with college football, but when they do their NFL, like how they get those NFL games every now and then.
Yeah, the Brazil game.
They actually do a good job with those, dude. Like I actually like them.
Bro, their app
crazy, but I like them.
Bro, I don't like it. The app is just trash to me.
Well, so when they do the Peacock games, they still show them locally, so I get to watch them on TV. But I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
Well, to be fair, Johnny, the Peacock app, I do like it because, like, number one, it's got like college football, NFL, and I get to watch the TED TV show with Seth MacFarlane, and I get to watch Marshall Dillon. So I mean, I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut out the Peacock app, but that's like, oh, we're gonna add Gunsmoke to it, and it's like, oh, you taught me into it. So I was just gonna be like, oh, I'm cutting it out during when football season's over, but then bring it back up during football season. But it's like, nope, I'm keeping you all year round now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I did. Just keeping it.
Let me ask you this. Who's winning the Oklahoma-Michigan game?
I think Michigan's going to have an easier time with Oklahoma, obviously, than they will with Nebraska. Because, like, Michigan, I really think so. Because, like, Nebraska is going to have a lot more confidence going into week 4. And Michigan does not. With Sharon gone, he's not coaching all week. During those 2 weeks he's suspended, I think that's going to hurt the Wolverines. I hope I'm wrong for your sake, but it's like I told Minnie Hunt on the Corn Nation show Monday night. I said, I believe Nebraska can have a really good start to 2025 on account of the fact that their schedule is really, really, really easy.
Huh. So you got Nebraska being good this year?
I got Nebraska beating Michigan, but I do have Michigan beating Ohio State yet again.
Wait a minute. You got Nebraska beating Michigan?
Home field advantage, and you don't have Sharon Moore. It's going to hurt the Michigan Wolverines, unfortunately.
All right, well, I smell a bet. I think before the season even starts, me and you got a bet going because I don't think that's going to happen, dude.
I think Wink might give Dylan nightmares.
Yeah, I think Dylan's about to be crying after that game. I think Nebraska fans are about to be calling out Matt Rule after that game. I'm not saying we'll kill him. By the way, I'm not saying we'll kill Nebraska, but I do think we'll win.
Well, that third year for Matt Rule, that's another thing too. He always has a big jump. That's something I've noticed about him. Like he had that third year jump with Temple. Temple had a humongous jump, so great that you even had College Game Day come to town on Halloween night against Notre Dame. They were the runner-ups of the AAC title game. In 2016, they win the AAC. Then he goes to Baylor, doesn't have a single assistant coach, with the exception of one that's from the state of Texas. Yeah, they're a disaster at 1-11 in his first year at Baylor, but then they go 7-6 his second year. That third year at Baylor, runner-ups of the Big 12 title. I think you're going to see a humongous jump for the Nebraska Cornhuskers in 2025. last season was a hell of a lot of momentum. I mean, not a lot of people are thinking about Nebraska, Wisconsin, but it was a big deal for them because they ended that huge losing streak against the Wisconsin Badgers, which dated back to the 2012 Big Ten title game. And they ended it in 2024, and they won their ball game against Boston College, which, once again, not a big deal to a lot of people, but a big deal to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And I think that's a lot of momentum right there.
Okay. You heard it. You heard it. Jackson, I'm going to hold you to it, buddy. But,
that's all right with me.
All right. I appreciate you, Jackson, for
calling.
Hey,
I mean, it's like I told Mark on February 2023, when I'm right about something, I let people know it. When I'm wrong about something, I let people know it. I mean, it's just what I do. I have to. It's my job.
Wait. You told Mark this in February of 2023. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it was on a Friday. When I'm right about something, I let people know it. And when I'm wrong about something, I let people know it. I also told Paul Feinbaum about that in February 2025.
Hey, Johnny, Friday, February 2023, he told Mark about that. You know that?
Really?
How crazy is that he remembers that shit? Hey, Jackson, you're just such a wild guy, Jack. I love you, Jackson.
You got it all.
Jackson, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, and we'll talk soon. All right, buddy?
All right, man. If this show gets to a third hour, you'll see this as a two-parter on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and iHeartRadio.
There you go, Jackson. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
I love
Jackson. Oh, he's cold, bro. With the
character, bro. Jackson's a character, dude. He's
the memory and the commercials, commercial reads.
Bro, he is he's one of those special like memory, like Rain Man, like it's wild. Like sometimes I'm in meetings with him, he'll be like, we're just casually talking, and he'll spit out the craziest dates, and I'm just like, how do you remember? Like, how do you know? Like,
it's crazy.
Friday, February 2023. Oh, really? All right.
Because I can remember stuff, but he's got like the date, the time.
Yeah, he's special. He's a special kid. All right, we got let's see who's next. Let me look. We got Keegan. Keegan, how we doing, buddy?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
What up?
Hey, man, that Jaylen Pile guy, he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, he does, man. I was actually impressed with it. I like him. I like him, man. We're definitely gonna, as long as he wants to come on here, he has an open door, bro.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, and he's shifty too. Like what I saw, I didn't get to see everything, and I don't put a whole lot of stock in early recruiting these days. But from what I saw tonight, like that shiftiness with speed, I like right away I saw like a punt returner. I know there's a lot that goes into punt returning, like being clutch and catching balls, but he looks like he could be a really solid punt returner as well.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that might be the way he gets on the field first. Typically that's the way younger kids can get on the field. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. I love that they got him in the slot. They got him on the outside. I have him, I think, right now in the slot. That's where I figure he'll be. But I like him, and I do think he's being a little slept on. I think he should be higher than where he's ranked in the 600s right now, which I think I meant to tell him, like, that's still crazy impressive. Don't hang your damn head on that, bro. Like, imagine being one of the top 600 best players in the country. Like,
yeah,
most people can't even fathom. Most people cannot even fathom being the top 100 best player in their state, let alone the top 600 in the country, bro. Like, it's stupid how good these kids really are. They're great. They're. I mean, even if you're like the 1,000th ranked kid, you're still like special. Like you are. If you really think about it,
there's so many players.
Like, imagine, like, I don't know how many, like, if anyone's played football or not, but imagine the best kid on your team. Like, he was the dude, bro. Well, he ain't even the top 100 player. Like, he might maybe be a top 100 player in the state. Like maybe, but he's not top 5 or top 10, right? So it's just crazy. But anyways, at my little tangent, I was just thinking about that because, like, I kind of thought maybe he felt bad about it, but he shouldn't feel bad about it. Just just use it as fuel and keep pushing.
Yeah. Well,
go on.
So I know everybody's down on Ron Bellamy, but like, what did he have to work with as far as like the scheme of the offense? And then so like I can see how we're giving him an F or a D or whatever, C. But like in this last year, I would move him on up to a B, and then let's see what happens, because he did well with the pending transitions in the offense as far as recruiting goes. So if that trend stays the same way, then you would have to move his rating up, and it's not just about him; it's about the receiving coaching staff, the offensive coordinator. So you've got Soup Campbell. Is his name Eric?
Yeah, I think it's Eric Soup Campbell.
Yeah. So you got him, who he coached all the big receivers of in the glory days, like Marquise Walker and Braylon Edwards and maybe David Terrell. I'm not sure on that one, but and I'm not sure about any of those, but pretty sure. And then you got Jack Tuttle, and I think that's very underrated by fans, that you have a quarterback that's helping, like, with the playbook, with option routes, with receivers knowing how to get open and letting the quarterback know that they're open. Because I played receiver, and I know that's a big part of the game. It's an intuitive part of the game. So yeah, so I'm happy with where we're going at receiver right now with our coaching.
Well, we got a major receiver, Zion Robinson, coming for an official visit this weekend. I'm hoping to hear some real good news out of the weekend for that. He's big time. He's big time. So it'd be nice to get him a part of, with Jaylen Pile, potentially CJ Sanders. We'll see. I've heard some things there. We'll see on that. And then the other one is Travis Johnson.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your
What
final
about
thoughts?
Trey?
Trey who?
The number one receiver, committed to LSU. Are they trying to flip him still?
I don't know. I don't know if his name's Trey though. I'm trying to think of his name.
Is it not?
I think it's let me see. I'm looking right now. It's Tristan. You mean Tristan Keys?
Tristan. Yeah.
Tristan Keys. Yeah, that's died down a lot. The one right now. So apparently Michigan's still pushing for Calvin Russell, and the one to watch right now is Zion Robinson. That's
Okay.
Apparently Michigan's made some moves, there's a potential here that Michigan can make a move here this weekend. So that's the one and I'll tell you right now, guys, we get Zion Robinson. If we get it, I'm not saying we will, but if Michigan can make a move this weekend and get him, he should be a top 100 kid, man. I'm telling you, he's got it. He's special. He'd be a big time gift for us.
Yeah.
But we'll see. What's your final thoughts here, Keegan?
Yeah, I don't like that the Oklahoma game got put at night. So I was probably at a 70-30 there, but now I'm at more of a. Yeah, I mean it's fun, but you want to. I mean, winning's fun too.
Yeah, winning is fun. I like winning. Yeah, winning's fun.
I would put that more at a 60-40, and I probably would have to agree with Jackson Johnson there that that game is more winnable than the Nebraska game. I think that is a dangerous game. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. So you think the Nebraska game's dangerous?
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, you got John Mateer at Oklahoma now, so
yeah, that's tough.
I think they're going to be able to play. So I mean, if you look at like what the spreads are going to be, you're probably looking at a 1.5 Michigan favorite at Oklahoma at night, I think. And then we're going to find out a lot about the offense and also the defense. We saw Wink struggle early, and then you got the Oklahoma or the Nebraska game. So if we do beat Oklahoma, we're going to get like a lot of clout. And then you got the Nebraska game, and then that's going to be if we win against Oklahoma, that's the Nebraska game is going to be a 6.5 favorite, somewhere in there, and then we'll just have to see. We don't have Sharon that game supposedly, so we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we will see. But all right, Keegan, the lines are starting to fill up, so I got to keep it moving here. But thank you for calling in, Keegan, and go blue.
Go blue.
All right. Hold on. Here we go. So it's possible the Maze Madman show dropped, which is why we're getting so many more people. Okay, let's pull up. So we got who's next? I think Marmar's next, right? Let me check. I think he is. Let's get Marmar up here. What up, though? Oh, you muted, brother.
What's up, though?
Hey, what up, Marmar?
Yeah, man, just chilling.
Yeah,
You all right? You can come back in here, baby boy. Um, hey, I just wanted to talk about the schedule release today. I'm geeked because, I was asking if the New Mexico game was going to be a night game, and it is. I'm geeked.
Yeah, you're going to that game, right?
Yeah,
You're going to Central, aren't you, or Central New Mexico?
yeah, I'm going to both of them, Central and New Mexico. Yeah, see. I got to go to Central America and New Mexico. No, I swear.
Facts, bro. So how you doing, Marmar?
What's up, JLJ?
What up? What up?
I'm just getting ready for tomorrow. That's it. Yeah, so Hey, y'all y'all was just talking about the games that you think are like 60-40. I think with the John Mateer take, y'all gotta understand that he played in the what league did they play in last year? Because they didn't really have a league, the Pac-12. They never left. So them playing in the Pac-12, John Mateer, I don't think he ever seen. We play defense in the Big Ten, so I know it's a night game, but I think our defense is going to be above their offense. So I'm not gonna say it's going. They're going. We gonna blow them out, but I think we'll be in that game.
That's a good point too, Marmar, because Wink, by the end of the year, Wink had got to the point where I was with Jesse Minter and Mike McDonald, and where it was your quarterback finna have a nightmare. You think he ain't finna be that today. He finna have a nightmare. He ain't gonna know where it's coming from, and he's not gonna know what he's looking at. Confused and bewildered. And Wink got back to that last year at the end of the year. So that's something a lot of people aren't thinking about. Also, that's a good point, bro.
So yeah, and on that point you made, Johnny, that's just like when Belichick coaches the Patriots, they took away their best player every time. They best player couldn't do nothing. So I think Wink started to do that at the end of the season. He took away Jemiah Smith. Ibuka didn't really get off. In the bowl game, Williams didn't get off. The running backs didn't get off. They had a few good runs, but they didn't get off like they were getting off against the SEC. So yeah, that's why I say that's a winnable game, and I think we'll be fine in Nebraska. If Sharon Moore suspended, I think we would be fine. And because what's his name, Jackson, he made a point about Matt Rule doing the 3-year thing, but this is the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? This is the Big Ten. This is not the Big 12 or you got to come play every game in the Big Ten. It's no days off in the Big Ten. You can lose. Anybody can lose any game. It don't matter how good you are, because everybody gonna give you a game. So I think we'll be fine in Nebraska too.
Yeah, some of these teams gonna get that. You get nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let me read these super chats real quick. So GT brings a good question here. I want to get everyone's answer on it. Who wins our next natty, Michigan basketball or Michigan football? Great question, GT.
Both.
Same year, we win them both this year, aren't we?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's the last time that happened?
Florida, right?
If Michigan, yeah, Florida. If Michigan does it, that's gonna attract a lot of kids.
Hey, when Mays had Travis Johnson's mom on the other day, I brought it up in the chat. He brought it up to her. He plays basketball too. Hit up Dusty, get a 2-sport scholarship, and win a natty in the same year. We gave him that pitch, so let's follow through on it.
Hey, you guys had Travis Johnson's mom on?
Yeah.
You guys get Travis on?
We're working on that.
Oh yeah, bro, that's fun.
We had an impromptu interview with Micah just now.
Oh hell yeah, bro! He was watching the show.
Keoki called in and his mom said hi to us, and then Micah was there and got on and was answering some questions with us.
Hey, did he say some good stuff?
Yeah, he's good.
He was like, "Tell Marmar stop getting so close to the camera when he."
Hey,
TJ, put this Garrison comment up here.
Hey, Maze, how's that?
Garrison, just because I say we gonna do the you get nothing, don't mean I said we going 16-0. Oklahoma ain't a juggernaut. Nebraska's not a juggernaut.
Fact.
Those are winnable
At
games.
all.
I just wanted to get on here to apologize to y'all actually because I changed my time from 8 to 7 to accommodate. Then I forgot about my time and got on at 7:30.
Had us all waiting for 30 minutes before I called him. Was like, "Are we not going live?"
And then we were only supposed to talk about the football game, the actual video game for a second, and the schedule for a minute. But that thing went longer. But shout out to everybody who was there, and apologize to the fans here and you guys.
It's all love, bro. Because at the end of the day, it'll happen. Like,
hey, Maze, thanks for introducing me to Dom.
You know,
no doubt, man.
Like sometimes we'll be doing a show and like it'd be like
That's
me
a
and
wise
John
man.
topics will go an hour and a half, bro. Like it's crazy. But I want to get this super chat. GT or $5 super chat. My sources are telling me that Michigan State's new NIL OnlyFans account is having to use Groupon to get any fans. Can anyone confirm this? It's a true story. GT. Confirmed.
Speaking of the video game, I just saw a rumor trying to get it confirmed. As with the Madden games, Bill Belichick will not be in it. However, his girlfriend will sub in as the coach of North Carolina for the video game this year. You'll see her on the sidelines in the baby blue.
Hey, son. I'm out of here, man.
All right, I want to. I'm gonna pull up B-Dub. We got a bunch of cars. So we got West Quad, Juju. Although Juju, I'm a little mad at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Maze, are you about to hop on the game?
You know it. I'm gonna be on there for a hot second.
Hey, let's play class. Sorry, Johnny.
That game was to blame for you being late to your own show. You grounded from the game for a week.
Yeah, I had to yell at him, Johnny, like, hey, Maze, you late to your show.
Shout out to that, man. I'll see y'all, man. Go blue.
Hey,
Take it easy, man.
that was great.
Oh, you out, man?
Hey, hold on, TJ. Johnny, they got a new game because they did the update today, and it's called Class. Bro, you gonna love it.
What game?
We gonna see. The weekend is upon us.
What game, Marmar?
Hey, upon us. It's so Call of Duty. Now, TJ, you don't say nothing. You don't play Call of Duty.
I don't play Call of Duty no more. I don't play no more.
Hey, but you should play with us.
He's gonna be on that new football game.
TJ, you gotta come rock with me, Johnny, and Maze, bro. We be cooking.
Marmar, how come you haven't conscripted Lichamax onto your team? He used to be like a pro player or something.
Because he ain't sent me his stuff yet.
Lichamax, get on that. Hit up Marmar. Get back into the Call of Duty thing.
B-Dub, what you got for us, brother?
No, I want to see. I saw John's comments and stuff, man. I want to see John versus T. I think that'd be spicy.
Oh, that would be funny. We need to have that happen. But
wait, what happened? Hold on. What happened?
So T is a Ron Bellamy truther, and he brings up fair points, like the fact that the offense and the quarterback, and what do you want him to do with that? But like John's the complete opposite of a truther. He's a Ron Bellamy hater, maybe I don't know. And
he's a hater.
Let's say skeptic.
Yeah, skeptic's fair. And I'm also leaning towards the skeptic side, but I mean I can understand the truther. I understand the position, so it would be good to see them clash and go at it a little bit. But the problem is, maybe we'll get him on. Maybe we'll get him to call on the Tuesday show because that's when me and John are together. But we'll figure that out. But it's fair point, beat up. So what else you got for us, brother?
I think it's a good sign. Well, one, I'm looking forward to college football, bro. I'm ready. I'm already ready. Johnny, I don't know. It's not that hard, bro, to recruit.
Yes.
It's not that hard. It's actually easier now than ever.
Yeah.
It's easier. You just gotta. It's for hours, man. You gotta pump the hours into the kids.
Yeah, Johnny.
That's what I did. They wouldn't sign it.
I gotta
keep it on. You gotta keep the pressure
Johnny,
on.
I just literally for my server with the leagues did a live stream where I did a recruiting 101 to teach everyone how to recruit. So go check that out.
Yeah. It's even easier. I mean, because they confuse people with the visits and stuff, and I thought the visits were it and stuff. Honestly, dude, this one guy I was watching for a long time, he told me, like, dude, don't do any of that. Just straight up pump 50 hours into your 5 stars, man. That's it.
Also,
Just do
don't do
that.
the visits.
No.
No, don't do visits.
There are some people that say don't, but I'll tell you right now, I run 5 current leagues. I have a top 2 recruiting class every single season, and I do the visits, but you got to do them smart, because if you're behind on a recruit and you got to visit that week, that's the only way you can steal them the week that they would recruit or commit to the other school. And if
To
you
that
do
point,
right,
yes,
you can use them that way.
Like, for example, if you're in Michigan and you're facing LSU in a recruiting battle, and this kid's like, say, out of LSU or something, right? And you're a little behind. Usually, I just keep like the straight 50 or 55 hours on that kid all the way through, and then he usually just my bar keeps going up and up and up and up, and no one can catch up. But if you're behind, technically, yes, you could just do a visit on top of the hours, preferably, but that's a lot of time. So I mean, that's
Hey, you guys are all playing on Xbox or what?
yeah, I play Xbox.
Well, but the next game it's not going to matter because it's going to be cross-platform.
The next college football game.
Yep. The next one, CFB 26, comes out on June 10th or July 10th. Excuse me.
You go against PC as well, or just PlayStation, Xbox?
Well, it's not on PC. They won't release it for PC because they don't want modders to break through the safeguards they have on NIL players.
Yeah, good call. I don't like PC anyways. That's fine. Good call.
Oh yeah. That's true.
All right. B-Dub, what else you got for us, brother?
I'm liking the D line, man. I'm liking us going after some of these top guys, man. So was his name Titus, right? And it's looking
Titan Davis.
Titan Davis. That's nice for us to at least try. Go at that.
Vallejo, Alistair Vallejo's fire.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
I think Vallejo isn't he visiting this? Let me see who's visiting this weekend. I forgot already. My memory really is tripping.
I think a lot of those visits were like 3rd or maybe 4th on. It looks like the official visits through summer. So that's a good sign.
Yeah. So we have.
Either we're 3rd before Tennessee's or Tennessee's after us. So that does suck on that one.
Speaking of the D-line, Bull, did you see that that ranking of the highest graded returning defensive tackles from PFL?
Oh yeah, but yeah. That is
Sean
cool.
Benny's number 2 on it.
Yeah, that is cool that I coached that guy. He's a big dude.
Yeah, bad. All right, I'm going to bring up Damon Allen. Let's welcome to the show. What up, Damon? How we doing, brother?
Well, how about you?
Doing all right, man.
Who's got it better than us?
Hey, nobody. First time caller, though, right?
I'm sorry?
Are you first time caller?
I've been on here a few times.
Have you? Okay,
yeah.
all right. Fair enough,
I troll a little bit. I'll be on Ohio State trolling more than be on here, though.
Hey, so do me a favor. If you see Burks, troll the shit out of us.
Have I see who?
Burks on the Ohio State shows.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Burks has created some enemies, so, no big deal. So what's up, Damon? What's on your mind, man?
Oh, man, speaking of that D-line, what about the D-line that we have coming in this year? Like, other than, like, the guys that we got returning, I don't really know a lot of the other guys that's behind them.
Talking about you talking about the guys coming in on the freshman class
that we already had that's been in the program.
Okay,
like a lot of those guys, a lot of the guys that played in the bowl games. Like I don't even know their names.
So TJ Guy, Derek Moore, Rayshon Benny, Trey Pierce. Were you talking about deeper on the? So like Devin Baxter, Edic Paye, people like that.
Yeah, like
all right. Well, all right. The dudes to know though, really, is Cam Branch had a big year this year. TJ Guy's looking like he's ready. He's next. Trey Pierce showed out towards the end of the year. Trey Pierce is going to be probably rotating with Trey Williams for nose tackle. And then to Kinetic's point, some of the guys who might not make noise this year, but names you should know is Edo Paye. Dominic Nichols actually is somebody who probably will step up this year. There's been a lot of noise out of him.
Did he play in the spring game?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He actually played well, didn't he, Johnny?
Yeah.
Juju would know. He's watched it 15 times.
I got to go back and
You
watch.
probably watching it right now.
He's probably watching it right now. And
He was off for
Yeah,
Edge,
they are.
right?
Who you talking about?
Dominic Nichols.
Yeah, he played in the spring game.
What number he had?
He had number 33.
Here's a question though. Here's a question though, TJ. Do you think that Nate Marshall breaks into the rotation at all this season?
I do.
I mean, if there's anyone who will, he will. I mean, he's good. I don't know. It's tough. You know, I just like I remember when Aiden Hutchinson came in, and like I remember his freshman year, and I was like, oh, he's got work to do. You know, and then he turned into a monster. You know, it's so hard for a young defensive lineman.
I think it's hard for D line because one, you got to pack on weight, and not everyone handles weight well. Like you got to pack on like at least 20 pounds of something, you know, to go. And for some players, they can handle 20 pounds. It takes some time to get especially on a DN, bro. I think that's hard, especially because you need speed, you need quickness. Well, bro, we gotta chunky you up, bro. You gotta put on 25 pounds.
Speaking of bulking up and putting on some muscle and some weight, remember how we were all speculating that Micah looked like he was bigger at the spring game? By his own words, he's almost at 200.
Really?
All right.
On the show earlier, that's what he told us.
What's his height at?
He's what, like 6 foot?
No, I think he's like 5'10", ain't he? Let me see.
5'10".
If he's 5'9" or 5'10", that probably works out better. Because then you get more in the Blake Corum like size, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to get too much bigger. I mean, so he's 5. It says 5'11". It says 5'11" on his profile. So it says he was listed at 190 his freshman year, so he's up 10. That's good. I mean, 205 would probably be the most I'd want to see him get to. I mean, unless he gets to the league, he might.
You don't want to put too much weight on and lose that speed.
Like, I think there's a fair argument to be made that Donovan Edwards putting that extra weight on him hurt him this past year.
Yeah, I agree.
You know.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't.
But I mean, we saw him in the spring game with the extra weight though, and Micah was moving good though.
If you look at Donovan Edwards' tape the last 2 years versus this past year, I'm telling you, bro.
It was not.
But we were also using him a little bit better than just running in between the tackles.
Slower though, that matters, dude. I mean, don't be wrong. Like, I'm not saying it would have made Donovan Edwards amazing.
You know what? You know, I think Donovan Edwards' biggest thing, honestly, if I had to put it into something, if he looks back 10 years now or 20 years now from his life and it was like, what went wrong? I would be like, it was his head. I felt like his head, like he was a little bit all over the place. Because my thing is, dude, you had a broken motherfucking hand and still put up numbers and went between those tackles and fucking did it, dude. And you did it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, in a year's time, you go like you use half an eye or something. Like you can't see shit. I don't understand. It didn't make sense to me. I felt like I think it's just all mental for him. Honestly,
and he did admit that after the 23 season. Yeah, after the championship year, he did admit that.
Yeah, that's what I think. Cause it's like, bro, you couldn't see a hole to save your life, and on top of that, but yet the season before when we really needed you because we had no Blake, you stepped up, and it's like it made no sense to me. I was like, dude, what's going on here? You understood where his trait was, which was straight line speed. So okay, on a sweep or something like that made sense. But he did it between the tackles, and I was impressed. I think we were all impressed that year, but. You know, for him not to really come through as much last year, you know, a bit of a bummer.
I do got 2 more questions, just 2.
Yeah, go for it.
So, one, did Chad Henne start as a true freshman quarterback?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But he had I would say a much more stable supporting cast around him than Bryce does.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
I seen because I was watching that and I seen Mario Manningham too. He was a true freshman when he balled out too. Do we have anybody on our roster like that? You think?
Browder
or Marsh could step up this year.
Like
if we weren't so stacked at running back, I say Parker, but we're so stacked.
I say Browder because he's tall like Manningham. So you know, Eric, and in my opinion, Eric Campbell gonna work with him because he's seen that type of receiver type body when he was coaching up Manningham and them. So I think Browder could be that guy. He got the length. You got him and go ahead.
And I was gonna say Browder's got potential. You know, I mean, he's got like his hands are amazing. He showed like a lot of people were talking about how well he was playing in camp. He was making wild catches, and him and Andrew Marsh both made a lot of noise coming out of spring ball. And Andrew Marsh, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with Andrew Marsh, but he's probably the most. Who was I? Somebody I was talking with was like Andrew Marsh might be the most talented. Actually, I know who it was. It was Garrison. So me and Garrison were talking, and believe it or not, guys, Garrison actually gives Michigan a lot of credit. When me and him were talking on the phone or whatever, he actually gives Michigan a lot of credit. But
you gotta record those.
Hey, told you, Johnny. Told you, Johnny.
Another freshman that'll ball out in rotation this year. He's on defense, but Shamari Earls.
Well, yes, but yeah, Shamari is gonna play a lot as a freshman. I mean,
I think he'll get a lot of rotation.
But I think it'll be like he'll ease into it. I think as the year goes on, you'll see him more and more like Will Johnson did. But but to Garrison's point, and I kind of agree with it. Andrew Marsh might arguably be the most talented receiver in the room. Next to Donovan McCoy might be the most talented, but the Andrew Marsh might be number 2.
Well, I mean, he might have I think Marsh definitely has the highest ceiling.
Is he X or Z?
He's a Z. Marsh is a Z. Browder's an X. So, you know, 2 very good young wide receivers who could potentially be impact players.
And then they're gonna have your boy Jaylen Pile next year.
Bro, yeah. You guys didn't catch the interview, did you?
No, I'm gonna watch it back.
I'll tell you what, he's dope, bro. He's dope.
Yeah,
he's dope. Yeah, he's dope.
He's a dog, dude. He's gonna. Man, I can't wait to see him there. What is it? Maze calls him head pat Jalen. What was it? I forget. But you see the clip of him patting the head of the guy as he caught the ball over him.
No, I didn't.
I'll have to find it. There's a clip of him going up and getting it, and as he's up in the air catching the ball, he pats the DB's head as he comes down.
Yeah, send that to me. I want to check that out. But let's give a shout here to Michigander. $1.99. The Metcalf brothers are underrated as F. I'm actually gonna try and get them on. I may be able to do that. So let's see if we can get them on. Michigander again, 499 super chat. I love how nobody's really talking about our defense. Everyone across all media is talking about nothing but Bryce. They're basing Michigan's record off them. I don't know why they wouldn't. Top 10 defense. I mean,
I don't know, dude. We went ham, bro, on that D line in the portal, dude. We're getting Trent Williams and stuff, and then Payne. Like I was impressed. I was like, shit, dude. Like,
I don't think anybody's ignoring our defense. I think it's just a thing where it's kind of like an accepted thing that our defense is going to be elite. So nobody's really talking about it because it's just like it just is, you know.
Well, we have to see who's going to play the slot corner, right? That's huge. We got to figure that out. That fucking took us half the season last year to figure that out. I think it's going
to be TJ Metcalf.
Me too.
Think TJ? Okay.
I mean, I think I've said this before. I think you're going to see a rotation based on the coverage. I think you're going to see a rotation depending on what Wink wants from that position in that particular play. So you're going to see Hillman, you're going to see Metcalf, you're going to see maybe even like Jaden Mangum or Zeke rolling back to nickel, depending on the front that Wink wants to put out there against whatever the offense is showing. So I think you're going to see a rotation. But if I had to put someone in there as the on paper starter at nickel, I'm saying it's TJ Metcalf.
All right, I'm going to pull up West Quad and Juju because we only have so much time left, and I want to make sure we get them up here. So
I can drop down if you want to.
Everyone can stay. I'm just going to pull them up here, okay?
All right, I got you.
What up, West Quad? What up, Juju?
What up, fellas?
Juju, where the F were you, bro? I thought for sure you'd be here for this interview.
Man, I was in Maze as shit in Knife, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I shouted you out over there too. I was like, man, I know I'm missing that shit. He was late to his own shit.
Bro, you could have called in and talked with him, man. He was down.
I didn't know. I thought it was an interview. The interview was separate.
Nah. Bro, he was down, man. He was like, yeah, I'm down to take some calls. He was excited. So we'll have him on again, though. I'm
gonna watch it back, bro. That's what's up.
Yeah, same thing. I was over there. My bad.
It's all nah. You're good.
No, it's not like that.
Not that serious.
I intended on coming over while the interview was still happening, but
it's all good. It's all good.
We
ran long.
I wanted to. I'll spin back to the recruiting. Vallejo's not visiting.
Like ever?
Like, he's committing the 10th. We were supposed to be 13th. That one's basically done, in my opinion.
Who was that?
Mason Graham 2.0.
Yeah, he's
That's
really
how-
fucking good. He's taking it unofficial to Notre Dame, and then Kansas feels good, bro. So
Kansas.
he canceled his visits with Notre Dame and us, and he's committed
Wait,
the 10th.
but who though? I didn't hear you.
Kansas.
Kansas. They throwing him a bag, ain't it?
No, but what player? What player are we talking? Vallejo, man.
Nah, they can offer playing time. I'll tell you that much.
Send Lou down there right now to get him to push that
boy
back.
is a 310 dancing bear. He is.
Nah, he's gonna play wherever, but definitely gonna play at Kansas for sure.
But once he canceled our
there.
visit, once he canceled our visit, I was like, yeah, bro, it's probably done.
When did he cancel? Because I didn't see that.
Yesterday, 2 days ago.
He just posted a thing about. Hold on.
Yeah, his top 3, and then reports came out that he canceled his visit.
Oh,
it was Notre Dame's as well, and he canceled the Notre Dame visit, and then he's going on an unofficial before the 10th.
I'm sad. You're sad. You made me sad.
Hey, it made me sad, bro. I was a little bit sad the other day, man. I was like, what the?
See, that's why I hate recruiting. Right there.
It's all right, bro. I mean, we in position for a lot of other people. But I would say it's not over. Like, they're gonna keep recruiting him.
See, look at this. He just posted this shit. Check this out. This is his post.
yeah. I see it.
Where's home?
I saw that.
Michigan, bro.
Yeah. I saw that too.
Michigan better swoop in with that bag, bro. Why would you go to Kansas?
Where the bag, man?
I'm doing my part.
I don't know. It's either it's Notre Dame or Kansas, bro. It's one of the two.
That's sad.
Oh, you got to keep going, right? The shit's all the way to fucking signing days. The last signing day is what, in January? So
yeah.
I got a long ways.
I firmly believe if they really wanted to, like really push hard, I think they can get him by signing day.
Second Wednesday in February.
Man. It ain't over. It ain't over. Queen Jolene said it ain't over.
If he going to Kansas, they just offering him a scholarship at Michigan.
I'm not gonna lie. If Notre Dame gets him, I don't think he's coming back out.
It's hard to get kids out of Notre Dame. It's hard. It's a cult. Notre Dame's
we're the same as them almost, practically.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, he's the only one that hurts, bro.
Money and all that
like
stuff.
I didn't care that they took Osborne because I knew we had this one would hurt, bro.
Yeah, this one would hurt because it's stupid. Like this shouldn't be.
He's good as fuck, bro. Like I'm usually not the type to trip because there's other people on the board, but this one is.
Seems like he would want to come here right after Mason Graham was a top 10 pick.
Top 5.
I mean, Notre Dame's been in on his recruitment way longer than us.
Yeah, true. I've heard that. If you check his timeline,
freaking Lou Esposito visited him right there, May 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, how tall is Lou? I keep seeing this picture, and I'm like,
Lou probably 6'4", because Vallejo is 6'3".
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I'm sad now. Anyways,
I didn't mean to bring the news down. I just had to put it out there. He canceled both visits.
All right,
it could change.
Make me feel better. But hey, all right, just kidding. Michigan at 499 super chat. The thing is, there's a lot of depth that Wink can work with different coverages and different packages. I mean, that's facts. We all know that. I agree. We should have an 8-man, 9-man rotation for the defensive line next season.
What about the linebacker rotation?
No shit, I ain't worried about that.
That's what, like four guys, 5 guys?
No, we got what?
We got 4 guys.
Four.
Cole Sullivan and Jimmy Roller.
We have 3 starters and 1 person that is going to prove himself.
And I think you're going to see a lot. I think that's when you're going to see a lot of the rotating Barham down to edge.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're gonna run 4-3, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, bro. Because Wink already said it. He's tweaking the defense to be a strength towards the edges and linebackers. I think he's gonna tweak it to a 4-3. It's tight. Not obviously every down. It justifies every other game. But
is it going to be a 4-3 or is it going to be more like a 4-2-5 with a big nickel dropping down into the box?
No,
that 4-2-5 is different. He want when you have 3 starters at linebacker, he's going to want to get them all on the field.
Yeah, but he's got a bunch of starters at safety and DB too. That rotate
through. Look, I agree. Don't shoot the messenger.
No. I'm just talking. I mean, like I've said on the show before. that I could see easily bringing in Hillman to play that big nickel linebacker safety hybrid role. You know
I would rather have TJ because he's way better in coverage.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like if you need somebody in the box like that you want to lay that hit on somebody, bring Hillman down.
We got options, bro. That defense I'm not worried about.
Mike Anderson's asking about Bowles.
He's not gonna play.
What about
playing this year?
You don't think Trey Bowles gonna play?
Nah, probably special teams maybe.
What about Wu? You think Wu gonna play?
Hell no.
I think you don't think Owatsu could make some noise as a freshman. I think it's possible.
I think he can play special teams.
Well, I agree. That's where they get their introduction.
If you're not,
I just don't think he comes off like, bro. His whole senior year he was hurt, and then he dropped 20 pounds. He's about 202 or something at the spring game. You put that back on, then you got to go back and play it that way. Our linebacker room is already deep.
If we've got a deep linebacker room, would you opt to have him play special teams instead of redshirt?
No, I mean, bro. Yeah, I think he's gonna play. Our schedule is so weak. I just don't think in meaningful games he's gonna crack any meaningful snaps.
Yeah. That's how you want to play, though. You want to play freshman sparingly, right?
Did someone Someone brought up Nate Marshall, right?
No, that was gonna be me. I was definitely waiting on it.
He's not gonna see a field. I don't think not like that
at all. You don't think
he's a tweener, bro? And tweeners take more time.
No.
So let me ask you a question then. You think he's a tweener? Do you think he develops into outside or interior?
Wait.
Yeah, fair enough. What do you mean by tweener? Tweener on what? Rush end or close end? What are you talking about? You think he might
he's a tweener between edge and DT?
No, he's not.
Bro, I'm telling you, he has the measure. He doesn't have the measurables for an edge.
So you think he's gonna be like Jenkins, where he like eventually goes inside?
I think he's gonna have success no matter where he goes. I just think he's gonna have to commit to. Well, I know they want him at edge. They want him at edge.
He finished the year at 245, right? So he's
he dropped weight.
He's 6'4", 245. You don't think he'd be a rush end?
Oh, no, I think he can't. Measurables as an arms, like he has short arms.
I don't know his arm length, so I can't argue. I don't know what his arm length is, bro. I don't know.
Well, they said the same thing.
They said the same thing about Mason Graham. They said the same thing.
It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it takes. Okay, Mason Graham's in a stratosphere by himself, bro.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying we've had a bunch of DNs and DTs that had shorter arms.
That's a lot of weight, though. It's a lot of weight to go one way or another, right? Because if you're gonna play D tackle, you're gonna play 3 tech. You gotta put on another 40 pounds. I'm not saying that he's not gonna be. I think he's gonna be great.
Listen,
but
he's not. I don't think he. If anything, he'd be at worst a close end, which would be kind of.
I want him to be an edge because I don't want him at DT.
Yeah,
I think he's too athletic, but I don't see him cracking the lineup at all. We're too deep.
It's a good thing.
Fair enough. Well, all right, boys. Let's get everyone's final thoughts. We'll get out of here. So,
hey, Juju, that's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's not. I mean, our defense is full of tweeners.
Hey, all right, What's Crowd? Let's get your final thoughts, buddy. We ain't talking much. So, what's up?
I would like to go in the opposite direction of Juju. I think Nate Marshall plays this year. It might be sparingly, but I think he does play this year.
Oh yeah, I'm saying he's gonna play, but meaningful snaps, don't see it at all.
Yeah, meaningful snaps is such a hard thing. I mean, I think rotation possible, but I mean, there's other guys ahead of Nate Marshall. We'll see.
Do you think that Nate Marshall,
bro, Dom Nichols, Cam Brandt, Edope, there's so many guys.
So that's what I was gonna ask. So do you think Nate Marshall can leapfrog Eric Paye, Baxter, those guys that are kind of deep, but
maybe.
I just don't, because like you're gonna be blowing some teams out, I think, this year, and I think it's very important to get those next guys up as many reps. And they earned it. He's gonna be a freshman. It's just gonna be hard, bro.
I agree with that. All right, Juju, final thoughts, brother. Since you're bringing us all down and making us cry.
Yeah, dude, you really brought me down, bro. I was looking forward to that whiteboard.
I'm excited for these guys. It's gotta be real, bro. No, that's about it. I'm glad that you got.
Right now?
Huh?
Are you in Puerto Rico right now?
No, I brought my family here.
Oh, fair enough.
I brought my family. There was complications with the whole flight shit, so I brought him here. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys got Pile on. You already know how I feel about him. I'm gonna go watch this shit back.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. All right, David.
Juju is live on Big Ten Network right now.
What is?
The spring game.
Man,
You're
bro,
gonna
I could
go
probably
watch it for the
recite the whole
17th
goddamn
time.
game for you, bro.
I was watching it a few minutes ago.
Juju, off the top of your head, tell us Kuzdal's stats.
He had over 100, like 104 or some shit right now.
All right, Damon, give us your final thoughts, brother.
Just the depth. Just interested, excited to see the depth. See what new guys we got coming in. See how they perform this year.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. I think, we're all ready for it. Unfortunately, we got to wait 3 months. 3 months till kickoff. So it's going to be a long 3 months, but we'll make it through. Marmar, what's your final thought, big dog?
Hey, dropping into the war zone right now. No, I'm just playing. Like Juju said, like me and Juju sharing the same sentiment. I just think it's about to be bad for college football because the Michigan Wolverines on their way. You know what I'm saying? The run game there, the quarterback there. I mean, I left tackle, but you can finesse some shit, and then appreciate it, Keoki. And then the defense talks for itself. So we good. I think we need another field goal kicker, but that's just me.
Wait, why? I
think we need a punter, bro.
We got Zavada. What are you talking about?
We need a punter. We got Zavada.
We got two mud ass
I'm
players.
saying that Texas State. Didn't that kicker transfer out? You just want to have that. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. Just in case.
Nah, we're good. Zavada's should be in the NFL.
We got Marlon Klein on the field. He's the backup kicker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Hey, bro, if he punting, we're in trouble, bro.
Beat-up, final thoughts. Beat-up, you sleeping? Beat-up's fucking sleeping.
No, dude, I'm chilling, bro.
Hey, Johnny.
Chilling.
He thought he
with this fucking Nerf.
Hey, Johnny, he thought he was about to catch me lacking, but I got him. I'm in the war zone, Johnny.
Beat-up, final thoughts, Bedard.
I'm excited for recruitment, man. Hopefully we can get some smoke going after visits, right? In June shit. So let's hope. Let's not give up on Vallejo. Okay, I'm not giving up hope. Let's see where we're at. It is Notre Dame. I usually because some of these Notre Dame kids they commit early and still flip late because they don't like that shit.
Well, B-Dub, I mean, some good news. Like I said before, he visited Michigan. Havon Finney is a real possibility, bro.
Oh yeah,
that's a real recruitment, bro, that we can flip from your LSU. So that's some good news. At least.
They have the chance to do the funniest thing in the world 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I would like that. Kinetic, give us your final thoughts.
If I could use this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout out Keoki, and since we announced it over on the Maze Madman channel, I just want to give a shout out to him and let everyone know Keoki has gotten me a Micah Kapana signed jersey that he's sending me to raffle off to go towards my GoFundMe. Damn. So when we get that in, if it's cool, I'll give TJ the go ahead and we'll sort of run a raffle for a week or two.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
That's tough.
But shout out to Keoki, shout out to Micah and the family. I appreciate you guys so much.
Wow. How amazing. Yeah, definitely, man. Let us know. We'll push it, bro. We'll promote it for you. No problem, bro. That's fire, dude. Shout out to Keoki, man. How nice.
I'm so beyond thankful.
Yeah, and that's fire. All right, Johnny, final thoughts, brother.
Just a good conversation with Jaylen Pile. You know, good kid, comes from good background, good work ethic, moms and pops, and I think he's a dude that could be a piece to really building that chemistry and trying to win another championship.
Elite route runner, bro.
Yeah, he's a dog. He looked like he's gonna be a complete receiver. But besides that, just ready for the season, ready to talk real football. Garrison was in there hating at the end when I was talking about Wink's defense because they don't run it. He still want to run it.
Yeah, he wanted our defense. What the fuck?
I know. And he don't like it. I'm talking about my trust in Wink, and he talking about Johnny saying they're gonna go 16-0. Let him. I can't trust my defense.
I can't talk good about my team, bro.
Wasn't Garrison the one the other day on some show talking about he wished they would have got Danton Lynn? Runs the same damn defense.
Bro, they wish they had the Buckeyes wish they had the coordinators we've had, which is why they were so happy to get Matty Patricia, because he came from the NFL and he has NFL DNA, even though he's garbage. Fucking garbage, bro.
NFL DNA in my ass.
Hey man, I'm hoping we swing for Lynn. We swing for Lynn after this year because Wink's gone, bro.
Yeah, when Wink,
but I want to keep Wink as long as he wants to be here.
I'm not so sure Wink's
bro.
gone.
He gets a job. He gets a job. He's gone, bro. If he gets a job,
you want to know the problem with that though? Wink is the 5th highest paid defensive coordinator in all of football, and he's like,
of course,
he's old. A lot of NFL teams don't want to invest in that, bro. I'm telling you.
I know he really likes Michigan. Like he really likes it here.
Dude, there's a belief that
because why wouldn't he have left last year? That's my thing.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's the type of guy. He will take interviews if they call him in for it.
Yeah, they will.
But I don't think. I think it would have to be like an A+ out of the ballpark job for him to actually.
I just like him because even in interviews for Michigan, he doesn't bullshit. He's very honest. Like he said last year, we had no depth, and then he said this year we do have depth. Like he's very honest about the defense.
I think the biggest thing.
I think he stays. I think the
biggest thing from the NFL is a lot of the coordinators now are just younger. Like,
yeah, that's
it is what it is.
Look at how Johnny did me in that photo. Look at you. See what he did, y'all?
I said move in, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. It looks like Johnny got photoshopped over you. Honestly, it's like a whole different.
I said move in, bro. He was in a rush. My bad.
Hey, we'll get another one wing next year. No problem. All right, my final thoughts are another good show. Had a good time. Jaylen Pile was the shit. We're gonna try and get more interviews for you guys throughout the summer, so be on the lookout for that. We'll start reaching out to more kids and stuff. But pause on that, by the way. But
oh my God.
Hey, we got our next interview. By the way, we got another interview June 10th with Namari Burnett. Be on the lookout for that. Me and Johnny owns John D'Adamo for Tuesday, June 10th. Be on the lookout for that. John D'Adamo has to travel for work. So, there's that. But be on the lookout. Our next show is going to be Tuesday, Michigan Wolverines Live, 8 p.m. Be on the lookout for that. Appreciate everyone who's a part of it. Appreciate everyone who contributed to the channel. It means a lot, especially myself, Johnny, and everybody involved. And thank you, everybody who called in, watch the show, like the show, watch our show over the Maze Madman show. I'm just kidding. But for real, though. Supporting all of us, even the Maze Madman show and Johnny's show and all that. So we appreciate all you guys, and thank you. And until next time, guys.
Hey, can I ask TJ? I mean, Juju. All right, never.
No, Marmar. Well, you might as well go now. Go.
All right, hey, Juju, you going to the New Mexico game?
No, I'm going to the. I plan on going to the Oklahoma game.
Oh, you going to Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. I thought I'd see. Will you be at the Central Michigan game?
Yeah.
I'll see you there.
You gonna be essential? That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be there with you.
I'll shoot for that too.
All right. Wear a shirt, Will.
Hey, and I just want to say, listen, we've been talking behind the scenes about potentially having a league for like in the college football game, the next one coming out, since it's cross-platform with the viewers and the community. If you're interested in that, let us know. Let me, let TJ, let Johnny, let us know so we know who all's interested in it.
Yeah, I'll fucking smoke y'all.
Maze know. They're coordinating everything. Don't.
Yeah, just but hit us up because I need to know. I need to see how much interest there actually is.
And we're going to talk about it more on the Avengers Hangout. All right, so actually our next show is going to be Monday, the Michigan Avengers Hangout. So we're going to talk more about the game and how they're going to structure it. So we'll talk about it more there. So be on the lookout for that. If you are a member, you have access to the Michigan Wolverines Hangout show. If you are not a member, there's always the Tuesday show. So be on the lookout for the Tuesday show. But all right, we're going to let them go to war, save the country, Marmar.
I just hear some snoring, bro.
No,
that's shooting over
Marmar always played his fucking game.
Go blue, go blue.